Rollins, and this is News Now. A lot going on in Atlanta this weekend. Let's check in with Alex Forbes with a look at your forecast. Alex, good morning.
With the temperature on the rise, no secret about it, as we work our way into the morning hours and into the afternoon. We're now up to 79 in Atlanta, bottomed out at 73 this morning, and we are going to waste no time getting into the 80s before the bottom of the hour. I expect to be there. 76 in Canton, 77 over in Covington and in Eatonton, 78 in Athens at this hour, and 77 in Gainesville. All is quiet on the radar picture for the moment, but through the afternoon, we will have the chance for showers and storms. Temperatures getting into the low 90s, but it will feel like 95 to 98 today. So we've got the All-Star Futures game. We've also got the celebrity softball game later on this evening. We are going to be looking for warm temperatures during the afternoon. It's still warm later on this evening, but that peak heating of the day between 4 and 5 o'clock. Nothing going on tomorrow, but then once we get to Monday, this is going to be the home run derby. High temperature at 95, so a pretty toasty afternoon. And then for the actual day of the All-Star game itself on Tuesday, looking for a high temperature of 96, feeling like 98 to 103. So yes, we're in for a hot stretch of days. Elsewhere across North Georgia through the afternoon hours, I'm looking for 93 in Athens and in Covington, 93 in Eatonton, 91 in Griffin and in Canton, pair of 8s up in Blairsville. Through the afternoon, if you're thinking about heading out to the pool, we are going to have a great morning and afternoon for it. The low 90s on the way by about 5 o'clock, a 20 to 30% chance of rain as we work our way through the afternoon hours. But look, by and large, I think a majority of us are going to stay dry through the day today. Not quite as much in the way of shower activity today as we saw yesterday, with that rain chance at 30%. For tomorrow, Sunday, expecting that to be upwards of about 40%. Now, our temperatures, as I alluded to, they are going to be warming up. Our average high is 90, but by the time we get to Monday and Tuesday, we will be looking at the mid-90s. With numbers like that, those heat index values are easily going to be 100 plus. Now, the rain chance and the temperatures are an inverse relationship, right? So the rain chances go down, the temperatures come up a bit. That's thanks to the absence of rain and cloud cover. But likewise, as the rain chances come back up Wednesday and Thursday, the high temperatures come back down a little closer to average, with a high temperature near 90 for Thursday and Friday. 60% chance of showers and storms on Wednesday and Thursday. Elizabeth?
All right, thanks so much, Alex Forbes. We'll check back in just a bit. Speaking of weather, though, we continue to follow those deadly flooding and devastation out in Texas. Take a look. This is video of President Trump actually touring the devastation Friday afternoon, meeting with law enforcement, meeting with those first responders. So many lives were lost after that deadly flooding last week, and they have so much ahead of them as they continue to recover. Meanwhile, Fox viewers can donate. You can help. Right now, Fox viewers have donated over $5 million to the Texas flood victims. That's a QR code. You can scan it right there, and you can help out those victims as they continue to recover. 120 people died in those floods. Dozens others are still missing. All right, turning now back to everything that's going on here in the Atlanta area this weekend. A lot going on, including folks are getting ready for the All-Star game. Let's go to our Lindsay Tuman joining us now live. Actually, we will check back in with her in just a bit. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. And welcome back. Thanks for joining us. I'm Elizabeth Rollins, and this is News Now, taking a live look at Truist Park, where the events have already started for the All-Star game. Lindsay Tubman standing by live. Lindsay.
Hey, good morning to you, Elizabeth. Yeah, we're actually at the Cobb Galleria Center. This is where the All-Star Village is just about to open its doors. They're having a bit of an opening ceremony, and you can see behind me this long line of people that got here bright and early in order to get first in line, or try to be first in line, to be a part of all the fun. I'll bring you inside in just a second. They had a drum line going on, so it was a little hard to hear. But first, you can see how many folks came out. Now let's take a look inside, where we're getting those opening ceremonies underway now. You might be able to hear some of the action as well. The drum line going. We just had some of the MLB and softball legends hit the stage as well. They actually had a really sweet moment with a young fan named Matt. Well, Greg Maddox was up there as well. Kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for her. But the event today is all about the fan experience. So we're talking food, fun, so many games for people to come out and enjoy. I saw Paul earlier this week jumping up on a big Velcro wall to mimic what it was like to catch a home run, or stop a home run, I guess I should say. But this is really the day that folks can come out if maybe they can't get to the ballpark, but still get in on all of the All-Star fun. I think we have a soundbite for you where they kind of break down all the things that fans get once they walk in these doors.
It really is a theme park for everyone to enjoy some of the festivities here in Atlanta. We know that not everyone has the opportunity to go to the ballpark to enjoy the Home Run Derby or Truist Park for all the festivities. So this is an opportunity for fans to really enjoy what has All-Star Week entail for Atlanta.
Yeah, and we've been talking to some of the fans who are out here already this morning, really hoping to get to meet some of those MLB legends. That's what I've heard a lot of already. Certainly will be a big part of the activities today, but everything kicks off. They open the door, I think, for Capital One card holders at 9. Everybody else gets in at 10. Doors are open until 8 o'clock tonight. It's about to get loud again. Same thing tomorrow, 10 to 8, and then Monday and Tuesday, folks can come in from 10 until 6 o'clock. And those tickets are $35, I believe, for adults, $30 for kids 12 and under. And then there's discounts for college students and seniors, and we've got that information on our website too, fox5atlanta.com. That's the latest. We'll be giving you live looks inside here all morning long on Fox Local, so we'll be here with you. Elizabeth, I'll send it back to you.
All right, so fun. Thanks so much, Lindsay. We'll check back in just a bit. And make sure that you stay with us for our continuing coverage of the All-Star Game. On Tuesday, we will have special coverage starting at 3 p.m. right here on Fox Local. Again, you don't want to miss it. This is going to be a treat for you all. All right, and of course, like we said, a lot going on this weekend, including WWE happening at the State Farm Arena. We'll take you to sports after the break.
WWE returns to Atlanta July 12th for Saturday night's main event at State Farm Arena. It doesn't get much bigger than this. WWE Hall of Famer and Georgia Bulldog Goldberg takes on the ring general Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. And joining me now is the 5-time world champion, Bill Goldberg. How you doing? Thanks so much for your time.
I'm doing great, man. Just trying to figure out when I got to eat next, when I got to train next, and when I got to run next. I mean, you know, I've been on this program for the past 6 months, and it's all coming to an end. So I better do a good performance out there.
No doubt. I mean, getting to step into the ring in what you call your adopted hometown for the first time in a couple years. I know this is an emotional match for you based off of Gunther's comments at a show in Atlanta that you said you were just at with your wife and son. Can you kind of explain the emotions and how real they are behind this match?
Well, I mean, it was kind of the first match that I'd ever taken my family to and kind of been just an observer. And I mean, this younger generation, they don't seem to respect us guys that much. And it showed its ugly head that night when Gunther had the gall to open his mouth and mention my name in a negative tone. And, you know, here's the deal. I don't care if it's wrestling. I don't care what it is. I don't care if I'm on the football field. I don't care if I'm walking down the street. If you say something derogatory towards me or about me, there are repercussions. And unfortunately, these days, kids don't feel as though there are repercussions for everything. But Gunther learned that there are repercussions. And so he's going to find out on the 12th how that really affected me, because, you know, I'm not a big fan of people talking negatively about myself or my family or anything around those two. And so he literally put himself in the spot of being the opponent for my retirement match. And bravo, if that's what he wanted to do, then kudos to him, because he accomplished it.
Yeah, and he's only doubled down since. I asked him earlier in the week when I spoke to him, I said, look, you called him a one-trick pony. This is a legend. You said you beat him in 3 minutes, and he stood by those comments. What did you make of those comments when you heard them, and what do you think now? He's still saying it.
He's ridiculous, man. He has no idea what he's in for. Like, none whatsoever. Nobody's ever beat me in 3 minutes. Not many people have even beaten me. You know, since I went to WWE, there's been a number of people that, as of late, have had their hand raised. But I still have a pretty damn good record. And he must have forgotten that. And he must have forgotten the 173-0. And, you know, but he'll find out. I mean, I think he's looking at my age and the fact that most of my matches were very short. Well, my matches were short because why would they be any longer if that's all the time it took for me to win? So I'm not going to stay out there and make myself look like everyone else when I can beat people in a short period of time and be unique. And so I plan to kind of do a little bit of, I'm going to keep it under my vest, what I'm going to do to Gunther.
Well, let me get to that, because you were obviously dominant in your reign as world champion, no matter where, WCW, no matter where it was, WWE, and Gunther's kind of seen as a dominant champion as well. One of the most disciplined, they say, WWE has ever seen. What is your strategy going into a match like this, especially at this stage in your career, where this is your retirement match? What is the strategy?
Yeah, you know, I'm not gonna reveal that by any stretch, because Gunther, knowing him, is probably listening to this interview. I'm not going to reinvent myself by any stretch of the imagination. What you see is what you get. The question is, can you stop it? So I'm going to bring most everything to the table that I've always brought. Now, there will be might be a little change here or there, and I might strategize in a different way, but that's about age and experience, and I will keep that close to my vest, and he will find out on the 12th.
How important was it for you for this final match to take place in Atlanta in front of people that have watched you growing up? You mentioned the undefeated streak. I mean, you can't talk about Atlanta wrestling without you. I mean, you're a big part of that legacy. So how important was that for you after all these decades to finish it off in Atlanta?
Meant everything to me. There's only one place to have this match, and it's Atlanta, Georgia. and it just so happened to be, a Saturday night's main event. It's truly the only place to have it, no question. Hands down, that's what we spoke of in the beginning, and that's what's going to happen. And there's no comparison as to the city that this should be played out in.
So you believe you will be holding that World Championship belt in Atlanta on your way out in your final match? You believe that's going to happen?
I'm going to do my damnedest to make that happen. I know I'll be holding his head in one hand. Hopefully the belt is in the other.
I love it. Let's talk about your time at UGA a little bit, because obviously our viewers love Goldberg, not just for what you did in the ring, but what you did on the football field. You played D-tackle, obviously, for the Dogs in the late 80s. What are some of your favorite memories of Athens?
Everything. Honest to God. I mean, just the entire experience was life-changing. Those 4 years there molded me as a human being, as everything. I mean, the friends that I struck up there on the football team and going to university, they'll be at the match. Most of them will be there. You know, that's how strong the bond is. And I go back and talk to schools all the time. And the one thing that I tell them when I'm talking to the football team is that, you know, they're in the position that no matter how rich you are, no matter how famous you are, no matter how big or strong you are, you can't go back in time and go play college football again because my eligibility's gone. That was the most fun part of my life. And I've done a lot of cool stuff ever since. Nothing compares to my college days. And that's why it's nowadays with the portal, it's a little different. The scenery is so much different. You know, I went in with 35 guys in my freshman class. My son goes to the University of Colorado, and he's got 7 guys with him in freshman class because everyone else is in the portal.
Right.
So things are so much different now. But man, we had a bond back in the day. Once a dog, always a dog, man. And I bleed red and black, and I love Georgia. I do. I love the people, the fans. They were unbelievable. Not only, you know, for football, but for wrestling. So there's no other place to have this match.
No doubt. You mentioned this current era of college football. A big part of that is NIL. How much money do you think Bill Goldberg makes if he was going to school right now for UGA through NIL?
Oh my God. Yeah. I'd probably make a little bit. I think because I have an affinity to put a good entertaining video together, but who knows, man. It's like open warfare. It's crazy. I mean, my son's doing things that I'm doing right now. You know, NILs are things that I prosper from at the moment. So it's amazing where we've come. I do believe they need to get paid. There's no question about it. You know, but paying hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars to these kids before they actually hit the field, that's different. So it has to be worked out. It has to be cleaned up. But, you know, the state of college football is kind of up in the air right now, if you ask me.
No doubt. And obviously Kirby Smart's been a big, proponent of keeping the payments, but also bringing it kind of under control. But that's not all he's done. He's become a leader in college football, not just for things off the field, but of course, back-to-back national championships at UGA, and what he's turned this program into. What excites you the most about the direction this program has taken under Kirby, and what are you most looking forward to moving forward?
Well, first and foremost, let's get back to the true brass tacks. Not only is he a great coach, but he's a great human being. And you have to be both. You truly do. And you have to care about your players, and he cares about his players. Every single time I go over there, he's down in the belly of the Butts Mayer building hanging out with the team, you know, and that's how it should be. He reminds me of Glanville a little bit when I was with the Falcons. Now, yes, they are completely different people, but they had that one trait, and they're players coaches. And I'm excited about where Georgia's going. They're the direction is nowhere but up, And like I say, Kirby's wonderful. And as long as he's at the helm, you know, there's nothing but great things to be expected from Georgia.
No doubt. If there is one guy over the last, let's say, 5 to 10 years that you think could cut a mean promo and be a WWE superstar, do you have anyone in mind on the Georgia Bulldog team within maybe the last decade?
He's doing it. Elijah.
Holyfield, of course.
Yeah, well, he talked to me a lot about it back in the day, and to see him get in there and to grow is so cool. I mean, I love the kid. He's a wonderful kid, first and foremost, because he's a great human being.
Yeah.
And he cares about his fans, and he cares about other people, and he cares about his teammates. And first and foremost, I want to say that that's the most important thing in the world, is to be a good human being. Anybody can have talent, but to be a good person, that takes a lot, right? So I am so happy for him. I am so excited for him, and I'm curious to see what happens with him.
I love it. Obviously, thank you so much for your time. We're looking forward to seeing you on July 12th.
You got it, my brother.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you for the time.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. I'm Elizabeth Rollins, and this is News Now. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday morning. Thanks for streaming with us. We are streaming from 9 a.m. until noon every Saturday and Sunday, so we're so glad to have you. Taking a live look there at Hartsfield-Jackson International Skycam. Beautiful day to be at the airport. Maybe, have you ever thought about flying, becoming a pilot? Today is your day. We want to go to our Eli Jordan. He's in LaGrange, where they are training aspiring pilots. Eli.
Hey, how's it going? You know, this isn't quite like Hartsville, but this is the LaGrange Callaway Airport. And Paragon Flight Training is down here giving discovery flights. It's kind of like, you know, if you've been watching some clips on the, internet, scrolling, and you see people flying their planes that I see a lot of, and you're like, I might want to learn how to fly. Well, this is your opportunity. They're giving free flights to people out here down in LaGrange at Paragon Flight Training. And it's a really cool thing, 30-minute flights for free, and they're already all booked up. And I got Hannah Godfrey here with me. She is with Paragon Flight Training, and she's a pilot too. Hey, Hannah, how's it going?
It's going really good, absolutely.
And so tell me, I mean, you guys are based out of Fort Myers,
That's
but
correct,
you
yes.
recently came up here to LaGrange, right?
Yes, that's correct.
And you guys have an outlet here at LaGrange.
Yeah, that's right. We have a full fleet of planes, instructors, great new facilities, and we're ready to train some new pilots. Absolutely.
And so what all's going on today? It's like, can anybody show up?
Yes, anybody can show up. We are hosting free discovery flights, like you said, 30 minutes each. Completely free, no catch anything. We just want you to experience what we love doing, which is flying planes and learning how to fly planes.
And so people can show up. You're already booked, but
Yes.
you know, just any civilian can show up.
Yeah.
And they'll sit in here with an instructor.
Yes.
And do they get to fly? Take the stick?
The only thing that they will not be able to do is land the plane today. So as long as they are comfortable and willing, they'll get to actually take control of the yoke and fly the plane around, get to maneuver it, and kind of see what it really is like to be on that side of aviation. Yeah.
How many planes are you going to have up in the air?
Today we're just going to have 4, but they will be going pretty much all day. We're going to be here. We're going to have food and drinks and everything available. We're going to have a full staff. So if you have questions about aviation, if you're interested in flight training, we're here to kind of help however we can.
So tell me, I mean, you've worked at Paragon for a bit, and so
Yeah.
what kind of people are interested in pilot training?
Everybody. You would be surprised how diverse our student body is and stuff. So we have, our career pilots who want to be airline pilots one day, go into charter. And then we also have our guys who have always been curious about aviation and they just want to do it recreationally. They're interested in getting their own aircraft one day, flying their family around, for vacations and stuff. So it's a very diverse group of people that are interested in training, and we will accommodate all of those. So yeah.
So it seems like, this is, you guys are wanting people that are not sure if they want to, invest in training, but are very interested in it.
Yeah.
And this is an opportunity for them to get a real dose of what it's like to fly to see if it's for them or not. Right?
Yeah. We always like to say, get in a plane first. Because you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. You're going to see if you catch the bug, is what we always say. And that really, typically, you're going to see somebody who, you're going to get in the plane and you may say like, hey, single engine, I'm not a big fan. I'll stick with, flying airlines back and forth where I need to go. But this is how you get there. To be an airline pilot, you start here. So, but then there's those who never want to get out of a plane again. They want to be in there all day, every day. So it's a great experience. We offer these flights all year long. So if you can't make it today, we do have, it's $189 for a discovery flight. So you can give us a call, visit our website, any of those things, and we can get you booked any other day of the year as well.
What is your website?
So it is paragonflight.com.
Paragonflight.com.
Yes.
And let's see, how many hours of training do you need to get your license?
So there's a minimum requirement. So the FAA is super regulated. We have a lot of rules and regulations we abide by. So as a 141 school ourselves, you only have to have 35 hours of flight training to become a private pilot. There's that, but then you also, to get to an airline, you're going to have 1,500 hours. So there's a big gap in between there. You got to get your commercial license, your instrument rating, there's different paths if you want to get multi, all that different stuff. But we can, again, accommodate all of that. And then it's building time. So it's a pathway and it's a journey, but it's a fun one.
Awesome. Well, this is cool that you guys are offering free discovery flights for people that, have an interest. I'm going to go over here and check out the fueling process.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth, they are getting things ready here, squared away to, give people free flights, have them sit up here in the cockpit and next to an instructor. And once they get airborne, that instructor is going to hand over the stick and say, it's all yours. And then they'll get to discover whether or not flying is all about, they're all about it, or, if they freak out and say, oh, no, here, take the stick back. But I think a lot of people are going to really enjoy this. This is seems like an exciting time. Like I said, they're getting fueled up here, and they start up about 10 o'clock, and they're all booked up for today. That goes on till 2 o'clock.
That's correct, yeah.
4 flights going up at a time, and 30-minute flights, and people can check it out. Elizabeth?
Eli, I think she said, catch the bug. I don't think I'll catch the bug to fly. I think I'm good. I'm going to stay on the ground. All right. Thanks so much, Eli. We'll check back in just a bit. Meanwhile, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have more news and weather. and welcome back. Thanks for joining us. I'm Elizabeth Rollins here with Alex Forbes. So much going on in Atlanta this weekend.
No pressure.
No pressure.
What is there not going a lot on, though? I feel like we say this over and
I
over
know.
again. And now that I've been here for a year, I think I've seen everything cycle its way through the city now.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, there's no weekend where it's just like chill.
Right. So good weather, bad weather?
Yeah, so it is summertime, all right? So we're going to be looking at highs in the 90s, to be expected.
Okay.
Going to be looking at humidity, to be expected. Showers and storms. You get where I'm going here,
Okay.
right? So the summertime pattern very much taking place. Here's the change that I think we're going to see over the next couple of days. Notice those rain chances come down a bit and the temperatures warm back up. So 95, 96 Monday and Tuesday with only a 20% chance of rain there on Monday. Then the rain chances begin to build back in for the middle part of the week. But what I'm going to highlight here is those heat index values, particularly on Monday and on Tuesday, are going to be 100 plus as far north as Atlanta. It is going to be a scorcher, but it is mid-July. This is the time of year where we see that. If you're looking for some relief, I do have that for you on Wednesday and Thursday. A 60% chance of storms build back in, and then we're going to be looking at those high temperatures a little closer to average for this time of year, 90 there for Thursday and Friday. But get outside and enjoy it today. It is going to be hot. It is going to be humid. A great pool day. Just don't forget the sunscreen. We're going to be looking for that heat index.
I've already got my fan.
You're good to go. Yeah.
It's hot inside. It's hot outside.
Right.
All right. Well, we are also following the latest developments in Texas. Sadly, those flood victims continue to recover. This is video from Friday afternoon. President Trump touring the devastation with First Lady Melania Trump. With those first responders, I'll let you add. You're the meteorologist. This is so sad.
Well, so our death count now is up over 100. Has been for several days now, with a couple people still missing. In fact, I think more than a couple people. But this is something that we see whenever we see a natural disaster occur like this. Typically, the president goes and visits. Glad that he was able to wait a couple of days, right? Because the crews still had things to do.
Right.
And the president acknowledged that earlier this week when he said that he was going to wait until Friday to go down there. But, everything in the weather world is all related, including, people we know. I'm friends with one of the incident meteorologists who's on the ground there and was with the president yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's an ongoing thing that's just getting underway in terms of the recovery there in Kerrville.
All right. We'll continue to follow that. Back here at home, following all the events this weekend, if we can, we want to give you a live look at Truist Park, where the All-Star game is just days away and
Tuesday.
the festivities are already underway. We want to go to our Lindsay Tuman, who is in Cobb County at the Galleria. Lindsay.
Yes. Good morning to Elizabeth, and I'm hopping on the escalator. I thought I'd give everybody the experience of what it's like to actually come in and walk inside. We'll do it together. So we're just about to get off the escalator. It might be loud for just a second, so you'll hear some music. You'll see some folks enjoying the vibes as they go in to experience the All-Star Village. So here you go. A little loud for just a second. Yeah, they get you really hyped up to go inside. And then once you're in, you can see it is just absolutely transformed in here. So there is a little bit of something for everyone when you walk in. You can say the Play Ball Park, where they've got batting and pitching, the world's largest baseball, fan experiences, All-Star Village straight ahead. Let's go check that out first, and then I'll bring you all over to the other side a little bit later this morning. But there's so much to do in here, from getting an opportunity to meet some of the absolute legends in both baseball and softball, to getting great food, some drinks. You can see a little bit of the offerings here. And as I mentioned, they've got that great experience with the world's largest baseball. I hear something about a Velcro wall. All the mascots are here too. And just taking in all of what makes baseball really great. I think we have a soundbite we can play for you about some of the things folks are going to experience here at this really amazing event happening over the course of the next 4 days.
It really is a theme park for everyone to enjoy some of the festivities here in Atlanta. We know that not everyone has the opportunity to go to the ballpark to enjoy the Home Run Derby or Truist Park for all the festivities. So this is an opportunity for fans to really enjoy what has All-Star Week entail for Atlanta.
Yeah, a theme park is a great word for it. You're seeing right now folks doing some simulation batting. They have a whole virtual reality gaming section. I see the Velcro wall And here it is, the world's largest baseball. Take it in. That's quite the sight to see, isn't it? I'm not even showing you a great side of the mini ballpark in here. I mean, gosh, there is just so much going on. We're going to be live out here all morning for you on Fox Local. I'll show you more of the action. I got to take it all in myself, too. But for now, I'll send it back to you, Elizabeth.
All right, Lindsay Tuman reporting. Thanks so much. We'll check back in just a bit. Meanwhile, we continue our coverage of the All-Star game just days away. Want to show you some video of the Clydesdale horses making their way through Smyrna. This was Friday afternoon. Budweiser Clydesdale horses paraded through the Smyrna Market Village, delivering brewery fresh Budweiser. They are part of the 2025 MLB All-Star Game festivities. They're the official MLB sponsor. So it's really cool to see those horses. And of course, we want to make sure that you stay with us through our coverage. Check it out. All-Star Game preview right here on Fox Local on Tuesday, July 15th, 3 p.m. before the game. You definitely don't want to miss it. All right, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. I'm Elizabeth Rollins, and this is News Now. Hope you're having a great Saturday morning. So glad that you're joining us here, streaming with us all morning long. There's a lot going on this weekend. I'm sure you have a lot to do. Maybe you're going to one of the many events. We've got the All-Star Game. We've got the WWE. We've got Beyonce. There's so much going on. And on top of that, it is National Service Day. We want to go to our Caitlin Pratt, who is joining us now from Cohen Park, where hundreds of volunteers are gathering this morning. Caitlin.
Hey, good morning to you. Yes, it's so nice to see. And there's so much shade here, which is wonderful because it's already starting to heat up, as you know, here in the metro area. So I'm going to set the stage for you. You can see volunteer work is already underway. Look at these folks. They're loading up mulch. Just a handful of the dozens of volunteers here in this location. This is Cohen Garden, right behind the middle school here off of Hosea Williams, if you're familiar with the area. I never knew, Elizabeth, there's this basically secret garden right in the back of the school. Now, I want to tell you that a nonprofit, it's called the Wild Center. They actually leased this area from the city of Atlanta. And I'm going to take you inside the garden. You can see volunteers are hard at work. You saw everyone putting mulch in those wheelbarrows. Well, the weeding, I feel like that's even harder, to be honest, being a gardener myself. The weeding is now underway. This is one of 4 gardens that the Wild Center has here in the metro area. It's a nonprofit that's been around for about 27 years. It's all about educating people, getting them outside, digging there in the dirt, and volunteers make all the difference. Absolutely. My goodness. That being said, as you mentioned, today is National Serve Day. And so we have members of the Live Church and Hands On Atlanta here doing the hard work. What made you want to come out this morning?
I love serving. I love the city of Atlanta. And so having the opportunity to serve through Live Church in this way was just perfect.
I love that. And there's something special about being part of a community effort too, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just knowing that the work that we're doing today will be multiplied by other volunteers coming and doing more work to be enjoyed by everybody who comes by.
Awesome. Thank you for talking with me. So yeah, we've got a lot of work here underway, as you can see, but this such like a nice secret garden tucked away here in the city of Atlanta. And organizers, as they mentioned, say it takes volunteers to make this all happen, make this all accessible, make their mission possible. So today, National Serve Day, this is one of dozens of events happening around here in the metro Atlanta area. And members of that church in particular are out and about doing their part, trying to make a difference in their community. And coming up on the stream, I'm going to speak with the organizer here, and you can hear what she has to say in her own words. Elizabeth?
So great. Thanks so much, Caitlin. It's so awesome to hear from those volunteers who say, Atlanta is my home. Why not serve? Wow. That's awesome. All right, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. When we come back, we will have more sports and a preview of the WWE event this weekend.
Joining me right now, we've got some royalty. WWE Queen of the Ring, Jade Cargill, also a 2-time women's tag team champion.
Yes, I am.
Jade, thank you so much for joining us today.
No, thank you for having me.
Of course, and I mean, you live in the Atlanta area.
I
Obviously,
do.
Evolution coming back to Atlanta, and really just coming back for the first time since 2018. All-women card. How excited are you for that?
I'm excited. We have the likes of Trish Stratus that's going to be there. We also have Nikki Bella. I mean, we have Tiffany Stratton going up against Trish Stratus for the WWE Championship. I think that's big. I'm going up against Naomi. I mean, I'm tired of getting dealing with that. So finally, I can get that net off my back.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great show, jam-packed.
Yeah, a historic night,
Yes,
right? Obviously,
very.
a show like this. What has kind of the energy been like in the women's locker room with this coming up? There's so much talent there, obviously, and just to be able to showcase it in one show all night long.
Exciting. We're excited to show what we have and what we got, right? Because we don't get shows like this.
Right.
So we're preview what we're doing and just go out there and show what we're building up to do.
No doubt. You mentioned Naomi.
Yeah.
There's a lot of history there.
Lots.
Right? Between
Yeah.
her attacking you.
Yeah.
Right? You came back and got her. All right. Then recently she got you. I mean, it's been a back and forth affair.
Yes.
How personal has this gotten, and what are you hoping to do with it? I mean, it's no holds barred.
Yeah.
This could be one of the most brutal matches of your career. What are you hoping to accomplish?
I'm hoping to be done with this. I'm tired. Every week is something. She comes after me, she runs. If I do adjust it, she comes after me, she runs. I'm tired of it. We're gonna be dealing with all kind of things, from babies to people to tables to chairs to popcorn to everything you name. I'm just tired. I'm glad to get this over with.
Yeah.
It's
Now,
time.
you have roots here, as I mentioned. You live here. Your husband, Brandon
Yes.
Phillips, who
Yes.
everybody knows, obviously
Stone
MLB
Mountain native.
All-Star,
Yep.
Stone Mountain native, Redan High School, right? So obviously, I'm assuming a lot of family going to be in the crowd.
Very.
Will there be any help? Like, if you get into the thick of it, you're in there. You think maybe a cousin can throw in an elbow or
I'm
something?
hoping so. I mean, hopefully you'll be there. I'm trying to rally up people that'll be in the crowd that's going to help me, because, listen, she has all, in her briefcase, she has all kind of stuff. She's missed money in the bank, so she has all kind of things, to barbed wire, to, oh my, she's trying to hurt me.
Yeah.
Like, she literally threw me on a car. If you followed my story, you know she threw me on a car. I am done.
Yeah.
I am tired. We are going all out, and hopefully you're on my side, so you help me with that.
I want whatever you say. I'm there.
Okay.
All right. I'm
I'm
there.
I need it.
100%. Just a little bit more about evolution and kind of like it being such a historic moment. You obviously have a daughter,
Yes.
right? What are you hoping that the young girls there at State Farm Arena on Sunday kind of take away from this event?
Yeah, that you can do anything you put your mind to. You know, don't let anyone tell you who you are. You show them who you are. And that's what we're going to go out there and do on Sunday at the State Farm Arena at 6:30.
Okay, what is your message? If Naomi is watching this, what would be your message to her?
Girl, you already know it's coming. This Sunday, be ready, because a storm is coming.
Storm is coming. Okay, since you do live in Atlanta, I wanted to kind of get your thoughts on some Atlanta things.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite wing spot in the city?
Right now, is it Kimchi? Kimchi Red.
Okay.
Kimchi Red out in Alpharetta is so good.
I have not been to Kimchi.
You
Red.
have to
I'm a big
go.
wing guy.
You
That's
have
crazy.
to go. It's so good. I
Okay.
think they have about 3 locations, but it's really, really good. But also, I like Wings 101.
Okay.
Don't,
Sometimes
it's-
keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it simple. But Kimchi Red, you definitely have to try out. They have so many
It's like
flavors.
Korean wings?
Yes.
Okay.
It's really good. I'm telling you. Well, they say they're the #1 wing place in the United States. I think so,
Really?
right? Yeah.
I'll have to try.
You
I
have
didn't
to.
know
It's
about
good.
this.
They have ramen with it. They have everything you can think of with your wings.
Okay.
Try it out.
Kimchi Red. Noted.
I won't steer you wrong.
Goat Atlanta artist.
Why do you have to set me up like that?
No, come on. Because I know you have one.
Outcast. Andre
I mean, that's
3000.
easy. I was gonna
Andre
be like, you gotta
3000.
put
You
that
have
in the
to, yes,
bag.
of course, of course. My
100%.
husband would kill me if I say anything else. Yeah.
No
huge
doubt
fan.
about it. Are you a Braves fan? Or do you kind of roll with, like, who's your husband a fan of? I know he spent a majority, is it
With
where
the
he spent-
Reds,
With the
he-
Reds, right?
yeah.
A majority of his career with the Reds. Are you a Reds fan? Are you a Brave? Like, how do you, and you're from Florida, like, how does that work for you?
So I'm more of a Braves fan.
Okay.
So when he was here for the 2017-18, we were so excited. We had a fantastic year at that.
Mm-hmm.
The Sun Park, well, it's not the Sun Park anymore, but it was it's a
Yep.
Truist Stadium, but it was a brand new park. So
Yep.
we got to experience that. We had a great time with them. I would say I'm more of a Braves fan.
I love that. Now, I don't know if people knew this. You're a bit of a hooper. Like,
I am.
I looked
I
at
am.
your stats. You,
Whenever you're ready, you let me know.
I want none of the smoke.
No.
In any
I love
arena
that.
with you, I want no smoke. You were a killer at Jacksonville
Thank you.
University. I mean, you were a killer in high school. Your favorite WNBA player right now?
Erica Willer.
Okay.
Erica Willer. I love me
Okay.
some Skylar Diggins as well. The Storm is killing it right now.
Cool, cool,
the
cool.
Storm. Hot.
Good Storm, right?
Yes.
It all
I
plays
love that.
in.
Yes.
I absolutely love it. Just an overall, what should fans expect overall on Sunday at MLB?
Oh man, a jam-packed show full of superstar, all-star women going out there showing you exactly what we came here to do. You know, represent for the women. Some spectacular outfits, spectacular matches. You know, we're not holding back, and this is just the beginning to the women's evolution.
You heard it here first from the Queen. Sunday, July 13th, State Farm Arena. Anything else before we go?
Oh yes, we have also a couple of shows. We have main event on Saturday at 7:30 at the State Farm Arena, and also we have NXT Saturday as well at 2:30 at the center stage.
Right. Great American Bash. We're excited. I actually caught up with Goldberg last week.
Yes.
Very excited. And of course, for her to take on Naomi. Finally, probably close that chapter.
Yes.
Jade, thank you so much.
No,
for your
thank
time.
you for having
Appreciate
me.
you.
News now. So glad that you're streaming with us this Saturday morning, taking a live look at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. There's so much going on in Atlanta this weekend. We've got All-Star festivities, we've got WWE, we've got Beyonce's concert. I don't know how I missed the memo, but all my colleagues got tickets and I didn't. But she's got 3 concerts for Atlanta scheduled. 2 more. One will be tomorrow on Sunday and one on Monday, and then they had one last night. We spoke to some fans who just couldn't get enough. Take a listen.
Okay, so you are fully donned in this Cowboy Carter outfit tonight. If you could describe your outfit with any Beyonce song, what Beyonce song would it be?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti. And
Bang bang.
oh, she banged.
Because I bang bang.
What are you excited about with Cowboy Carter?
Everything. Yeah. Oh my God, I don't know where to begin. Truly, like just blacking out and beginning to end, just like
from everything else that's going on in the world.
Yeah. Truly,
Just
celebrating. Yeah, celebrating with each other and with the crowd around us. And we've loved Beyonce our whole lives, and we're just so excited to see her again.
Yeah.
What do you love most about Beyonce?
I grew up with her, and that's so much. Like, that's such a loaded question, but I think what I love about her is that she has kind of matched me throughout my entire life. I think that the first time I heard Four, the first time that I heard, what's the other one? B-Day, and honestly, my favorite album was her self-titled one. I thought that spoke to me, especially in my age, and then when Renaissance came out, I was like, girl, this talks to me as I'm, turning 30, so I'm with it. So yeah, so she has like followed me throughout my entire life, so that's what I love about her.
What's your favorite Beyonce song and why?
As of right now, on the album, my favorite was Tyrant, but I'm kind of looking into Bodyguard, which I'm kind of touching on. But the OG Tyrant, though. The OG Tyrant.
What are you most excited about tonight?
Just seeing her whole show in general, just her vibe and everything she's bringing, and her trying to break down all the walls of genres and everything else, and showing her she can do all of it.
So which songs are you guys most excited to see her perform tonight?
I think Tyrant might be my top one. That was one of my favorites from the album.
Why?
I don't know. I just think it's got a good beat. It's fun to dance to.
Okay, she likes to dance. What about you?
I'm really excited for like Freedom or Daddy's Lessons, just because those are some Lemonade songs that we didn't hear on the previous tour. So really excited to hear those.
That's awesome. And what about you?
I think Sweet Honey Buckin'. It just gets the people going. Like that's gonna be so fun to hear live.
And is this your first Beyonce show?
This is my second, actually. Yes, I know, and it's crazy. My friends, they like crucified me when they found that out. But this is my second show, and I'm coming by myself for this first time. So this is gonna be an experience. So yeah, I'm excited.
Got it. What was your first show?
It was the Renaissance show. Yeah, that was my first show. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna go to part 1, part 2, and part 3. So I'm excited.
Why do you think?
All right, so many fans here for Beyonce. And again, those concerts continue Sunday and Monday. Stay with us. We're streaming live here on Fox Local. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Elizabeth Rollins. We'll be right back, but our news and weather coverage continues at 10 o'clock. And good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Elizabeth Rollins, and this is News Now. Standing by is Alex Forbes. Alex, there's so much going on this weekend, so what's the weather going to be?
Yeah, it's summertime pattern very much in place. 82 is where we stand right now in Atlanta, 81 in Covington, 84 in Eatonton. Most of this morning's cloud cover has faded away. We're looking at sunny skies across a large part of the area. 79 in Montgomery, 86 over in Pensacola. See a mess up into parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas and Missouri. That's going to stay up there. We're kind of out of that storm track now as we find our way through the weekend ahead. So here we go towards the noon hour, looking for some activity bubbling up on the east side of the state. It looks like that's where the better chance of rain is going to be through the day today. Then into tomorrow, any activity we see through the overnight hours is going to fade away for tomorrow morning. And tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to be on the lookout over in Alabama for potentially some showers and storms developing and those making their way across the Georgia state line. So for today, I think the better chance of rain is going to be in the eastern part of the state. And then for tomorrow, the better chance of rain in the western part of the state. And that one is going to be just a notch higher at about 40%. So here we go into Monday now. I think this is overdoing it. High pressure is going to be moving overhead. And what's going to happen is that's going to put a lid on some of our activity for the day ahead. So temperatures, they'll be warmer, and I don't expect to see as many showers and storms across the area. As for this afternoon, Heat index values easily 95 plus across north and central Georgia. Then into tomorrow, I expect them to get a couple degrees warmer. There you go, 95, 96, 97. But then you see some of that cooler air spreading in. That would be some rain-cooled air as we find our way towards tomorrow evening. 91 here in the city today, 91 in Covington, 93 in Athens, 89 over in Gainesville, 85 in Blairsville, 90 in Rome. A quick check of the tropics. We are in hurricane season after all. We had tropical storm make landfall not too far away from Charleston the other day. No development expected here over the next 7 days, so there's a piece of good news on your Saturday morning. Hot, humid, showers and storms each and every day. That's the name of the game. Even at our lowest chance of rain, that's still going to be a 20% chance of rain on Monday. Elizabeth, those rain chances will build back in towards the middle to back half of the week with high temperatures a little closer to average.
All right, Alex Forbes, thanks so much. We'll check back in just a bit. Meanwhile, a lot going on in Atlanta this weekend, including many folks are getting ready for the All-Star game. We want to give you a live look at Truist Park. That game is on Tuesday. We're just days away, but fans are already gathering in Atlanta and enjoying the fun. We want to go to our Lindsay Tuman live at the Cobb Galleria. Lindsay.
Hey, good morning to you, Elizabeth. Yeah, we're here at the Capital One All-Star Village, and you can see I am at the Play Ball Park. I'll turn around the camera so you can get a look as we go inside. The sights, the sounds in here, it's really kind of overwhelming. There is so much to do. I gave you a little sneak peek. I was getting a look at what else is around here. Batting cages over here. Again, a whole section of virtual reality gaming. Very cool. And just a lot of memorabilia here. And of course, the thing that folks are really excited about, an opportunity to meet a lot of these baseball legends. They're even signing up on a special app for the opportunity to have some really cool meet and greets. One of the big names here that I know a lot of folks are hoping to meet, Maddox, of course. So it's just a very fun experience for the whole family. It's a little loud in here, but that's part of the fun. They have the Braves band come out, the drum line, helping hype up the crowd too. And then also, it's really an ode to the sport, of course. So there's an opportunity for folks to shop, get their baseball goods, fan gear too. Lots of food and drinks. Really, they say there is something for everyone. And I'll let you take a listen to some of the folks who are behind the operation, putting it all together too. One of the first people in line today, why'd you want to come out early? What are you looking forward to seeing?
Hope to see some of the legends, guys that come in and get some autographs. And just, it's my first All-Star game, so hopefully experience what the Village has.
Anything and anybody in particular? Anything in particular?
Well, when Greg Maddox came out on the list the other day, that kind of got me excited.
Enough to get here early to hopefully secure a spot to get that handshake.
100%.
And have you heard about anything that goes on inside? Any part of the Village or experience that particularly piqued your interest?
No, I've been trying to navigate the app and try to figure things out, but I'll have to go in and get hands-on. So.
I saw that they have like batting cages and even like a chance for you to feel what it's like to jump up and grab like a potential home run ball. Are you going to put on the Velcro suit and you'll jump on the wall?
I don't know. I'm 48. I don't want to get hurt.
Maybe not that, but at least try some food and drinks.
Maybe, yeah.
Anything else or anything else you're looking forward to today?
I'm with famous people.
Famous people? Uh-oh.
It's a famous official. Baseball and basketball and football. He's called state high school games in the state of Georgia. He's famous. And he's got Ron Gidger's autograph. He's famous. Oh, can we go? They're starting to go in.
Yeah, you heard from one of the fans there, and you can see the Velcro wall is back here behind me. This one might be a little bit safer. This is being in the bullpen, but they have a little bit of something for everyone out here. So much fun for the whole family. The gates open 7 minutes ago for everybody, 10 o'clock. They're open until 8 o'clock tonight and tomorrow. On Saturday and Sunday, they're open from 10 until 6. We have all the ticketing information on our website if you want to view it there, if you want your chance to come down and be a part of the fun, fox5atlanta.com. And we'll be giving you an inside look throughout the rest of the morning here on Fox Local. I'll send it back to you, Elizabeth.
All right, thanks so much, Lindsay Tuman. And don't forget, stay with us for our continuing coverage of the All-Star Game. You can catch our special on Tuesday, July 15th at 3 o'clock right here on Fox Local. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we are going to catch up with some volunteers who are volunteering this Saturday morning. We'll be right back. And welcome back. Thanks for joining us. I'm Elizabeth Rollins. This is a live look at our nation's capital, the White House, where within the last hour, President Trump has announced that he's imposing 30% tariffs on the EU and Mexico. This is starting August 1st. This comes just a day after we were talking tariffs with Canada. Take a listen to what Trump had to say.
Years by countries, both friend and foe. And frankly, the friends have been worse than the foes in many cases. So I would say just keep working. It's all going to work out.
He always makes big threats only to back down. As we all know, Donald Trump always chickens out when it comes to tariffs.
And again, within the last hour, President Trump announcing 30% tariffs on the EU and Mexico, just the day after announcing tariffs with Canada. Of course, this is a continuing story that we're going to continue to follow and keep you updated. All right, lots going on here in Atlanta this weekend. Maybe you're going to the WWE fight at State Farm. Maybe you're going to the Beyonce concert tomorrow. Maybe you're hanging out at Cobb Galleria for the All-Star festivities underway, or maybe you're volunteering. That's where Caitlin Pratt joins us now live at the Cohen Park in Northeast Atlanta. Caitlin.
Right off of Hosea Williams Drive. And I never knew this garden existed behind me. This is where volunteers are focusing their efforts today. I'm going to show you the progress they've made in the last half hour since I saw you. This was just chock full of weeds that went up to where the zinnias are here, that high. But look at this. In a half hour's time, half a dozen volunteers here have been working, weeding, getting in the dirt, getting up all of this debris. This is all part, as you mentioned, of National Serve Day, something they're doing in their community, one of a dozen sites here in the metro area where volunteers have been gathering this morning to give back to their community. And you can see a lot of hard work here resulting in bags of weeds. So this location in particular, I'm going to give you a tour of the site here. This is owned, or I should say leased, by the Wild Center, a nonprofit based indicator. They have 4 gardens in the metro area. They're a nonprofit. They've been in the area for about 27 years, and their mission is about educating people, getting them outside, and as it is a nonprofit, volunteers make all the difference. So members of the Live Church and Hands on Atlanta are here helping to weed, also helping to mulch. And I want to catch up with you guys. Why was it important for you to be here this morning and help out?
To help my community have more.
Just kind of be involved, and it's nice to be with friends, and you guys are working hard. I mean, this isn't easy, especially in the summertime heat. How are you feeling?
It's not that bad. You know, we're giving back to the community, so it's like worth it.
I see you're hydrating. That's important too. Did you know this garden existed, and what was it? Yeah, what do you think, right?
I think it's super cool, and it's super cool to see what everybody's doing and try to fix it up.
Now, when you decided to plan for today and come out and help the community, was it an easy decision? How did you pick where you're going to go?
Oh, yeah, it was definitely an easy decision. This is something that we do every year, especially with Live Atlanta. And then I love actually bringing my children out so that they can get the experience of giving back to the community and serving people that look like them and just people that need help. So, and also in the elementary school, we're really excited that we got a chance to serve at an elementary school.
Yes, yes. So your message to kids preparing to come out, I have a toddler myself, you kind of prepare them for the day. What was the message as you gathered to come here?
Well, my kids are actually teenagers.
Yeah.
So we just kind of talk about like the importance of community and why we do this. So that's pretty much it. But yeah, like I didn't have to talk to my toddlers this time. So.
I love that for you. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Well, thank you so much for sharing your testimony, folks. And you can see here, Elizabeth, everyone continuing to work wildly here. A couple more hours to go here at this location and at locations across the metro area. This just one of many nonprofits that volunteers are helping to serve this morning. I'm going to send it back to you in the studio.
Thanks so much, Caitlin Pratt. We'll check back in just a bit. All right, stay with us. When we come back, if you like flying, this story is for you. Stick around. We're going to Eli Jordan in just a bit. And welcome back. Thanks for joining us. I'm Elizabeth Rollins. This is News Now. Hope you're having a great Saturday morning. Thanks for streaming with us. This morning, we are streaming live from 9 to noon every Saturday and Sunday. Taking a live look there at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. You can see plane taking off. You know what? I love to fly. I love to travel, but I definitely do not want to fly the plane. I just want to ride in the plane. But Eli Jordan is joining us live in LaGrange, where they are teaching aspiring pilots. Eli.
Hey, Elizabeth. Yeah, I'm out here in LaGrange Callaway Airport, and Paragon Flight Training is giving free discovery flights. What's a free discovery flight? It's like, if you've been watching clips at home, you're bored, or just, just sitting there wondering, hey, I wonder if I would enjoy possibly some flight lessons. Well, you can come out here and get a free 30-minute flight and see if you like it or not. And they'll be going to be flying 4 of these little Pipers around here in LaGrange, Georgia today. And I am with Josh Carr and his daughter, Kylie Russell. Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
And so, Josh, you're out here for a discovery flight, right?
Yes, I am.
And but your daughter is already a pilot.
Yes, she's a private pilot and going to get her commercial now.
And so, was that part of the inspiration to have you come out here for this discovery flight?
Yes, she actually works at the airport as well, and so she's close relation with Paragon, and so she told me about it and asked if I wanted to come out and do a flight.
And so, what do you think? Do you think you're going to enjoy it? I mean, what's this going to be like taking those sticks?
Oh, I think I'll enjoy it. I've been up a few times with her, and so I'll enjoy actually getting to go up and do it on my own.
So what's it like going up, having your daughter pilot? That's got to be, is it kind of like intense, or do you have more confidence, or what?
I enjoy it, and I fully trust her. She's the most cautious person I know, so it's no big deal with her flying. I always trust her decision making.
So Kylie, when did you get your license?
Ooh, I got it, I think it was 2022.
Yeah, I believe it's when you got your private.
2022 is when I got my private, and then immediately started working on my instrument rating, got that, and now I'm here working on my commercial.
That's awesome. You got to be a proud papa.
I am very much. She's a great kid and couldn't ask for more.
So, what do you think about this? You guys have a, pilot background and stuff. Paragon giving free flights for people to figure out if they like this or not. That's a pretty big deal, isn't it?
Yes, it's great. It's good to get more people involved in aviation. I've been in the maintenance side of aviation for 19 years, so getting in the flight side is a little different, and it's exciting getting more people involved.
And what did you think when your daughter said, "Hey, Pops, I want to be a pilot"?
Actually, it was pretty exciting. It was kind of a all of a sudden thing. She graduated around COVID and wasn't sure what was going to do, if she's going to be able to start college. So she went on a discovery flight and fell in love with it. And then that's when it took off.
Cool. And so do you know when your flight's going to be?
It was supposed to be around 10. So we were just waiting on the clouds. And so as soon as they lift, then we should be able to go up.
Are you excited?
I am.
So are you going to do any acrobats? They won't let you do any acrobats.
No, I think this plane would come apart if you tried to do acrobats.
Well, cool. Josh, Kylie, thank you very much for your time. And I hope you enjoy it. Maybe we'll have a father-daughter duo pilot. You think you might get a pilot's license?
Yes, I would like to get my privates. Not commercial. I just like to get the private license.
That'd be cool. You guys go crop dusting together.
That's right.
Crop dust is cool. I used to live out where crop dusters would fly over and they'd see me out in the yard pointing at them. They do acrobats, right in front of the yard. That was really neat. So you guys have fun, because this looks like it's going to be exciting. Here's another crew, Elizabeth, getting ready to do their discovery. And so this is, what's happening until about 2 o'clock today. They're already booked up today. And but you can always go to ParagonFlightTraining.com and check it all out. And but this is the free day, which is a big deal. It's not cheap to fly these planes. And so, there's a big deal today. They're quite booked today. And so you can come out here and later on, or if you're ready to, want to do it, go online, check it out. And I think it costs like $189 if it's not today. So it's not too bad, but flying's cool. I've been watching a lot of these clips lately of pilots going up and dealing with situations or just plain old flying, and I've gotten really interested in it, and I wouldn't mind. And these these Cubs, well, they're Pipers, not Piper Cubs, but they got touch screen instruments, state-of-the-art stuff, and very modern. What Paragon has done here. So they got 4 of these planes. They'll be up in the air, and it's going to be a fun time for a lot of people out here, Elizabeth.
All right, Eli. Next time we check back in, we expect you to be in one of the planes, giving us the tour from the skies. All right, thanks so much. We'll check back in
We'll
just
see.
a bit. All right, we are going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have more headlines. Stay with us. You're watching Fox Local. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. I'm Elizabeth Rollins, and this is News Now. I want to get you caught up on some of our top stories this morning. The SEC is investigating after they say a Georgia lending firm was involved in a $140 million Ponzi scheme. They have charged the First Liberty Building and Loan LLC and its founder with running a $140 million Ponzi scheme, misleading investors with promises of high returns on promissory notes and loan participation agreements. Of course, this is something that we will continue to follow and keep you updated. Also, the CDC is reporting an uptick of tick bites. The ER visits for tick bites are at their highest that they have been in years. Once found mainly in New England and pockets of Midwest, disease-spreading ticks are now appearing in more places around the U.S. Emergency room visits for tick bites are at their highest they've been. That's according to the CDC, but there are ways to protect yourself. We have more information on our website, fox5atlanta.com. All right, and fans continue to gather as we are just days away of the All-Star game. They are gathering at Truist. They are gathering at Cobb Galleria. We've been bringing you live coverage. We have live continuing coverage today, tomorrow, every day until the game on Tuesday. And we have a special preview on Tuesday, 3 p.m. right here on Fox Local. You don't want to miss it. And of course, a lot going on this weekend. Taking a live look at Mercedes-Benz, where Beyonce has made her appearance already, and she's got 2 more appearances, Sunday and Monday. Fans are going crazy. I didn't get the memo to get tickets, but all my colleagues did, and it sounds like it was quite the concert. We spoke to fans. Check it out.
You are fully donned in this Cowboy Carter outfit tonight. Which, if you could describe your outfit with any Beyonce song, what Beyonce song would it be?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti. And
Because I bang bang.
oh, she banged.
Because I bang bang.
What are you excited about with Cowboy Carter?
Everything.
Yeah, oh
Literally.
my God, I don't know where to begin. Truly, like just blacking out and beginning to end, just like
from everything else that's going on in the world.
Yeah, truly,
Just
just
good
celebrating.
vibes.
Yeah, celebrating with each other and with the crowd around us. And we've loved Beyonce our whole lives, and we're just so excited to see her again.
What do you love most about Beyonce?
I grew up with her, and that's so much. Like, that's such a loaded question, but I think what I love about her is that she has kind of matched me throughout my entire life. I think that the first time I heard Four, the first time that I heard, what's the other one? B-Day. And honestly, my favorite album was her self-titled one. I thought that spoke to me, especially in my age. And then when Renaissance came out, I was like, girl, this will talk to me as I'm, turning 30. So I'm with it. So yeah, so she has like followed me throughout my entire life. So that's what I love about her.
What's your favorite Beyonce?
All right, some very excited fans again. The tour continues Sunday and Monday night. Check it out. Beyonce is here in Atlanta, and I think there's still some tickets available, potentially. They might not be great seats, but you can check it out. Go to our website, fox5atlanta.com. We're going to take a short break. Thanks for streaming with us. We'll be right back.
You can listen to Fox 5 Live on the Fox 5 Radio 1 network. Just tune your HD radio to 107.9 HD2 FM.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Elizabeth Rollins here with Alex Forbes. Such a beautiful start to our weekend.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of sunshine. We're looking at temperatures in the 80s right now, and as we find our way into the days to come, really, honestly, hours to come, we're going to get into the 90s here across north and central Georgia. So yes, that's what we've got headed our way. Let's see if we can pop up the 7-day forecast here, and what you're going to find is temperatures in the 90s and mid-90s at that as we find our way towards Monday and Tuesday, and that's going to come with a slightly lower chance of rain, namely there on Monday. Once we get to Tuesday, 96 going to be your high temperature there. That, of course, is the day of the All-Star game. Luckily, that is not happening during the heat of the day. That's going to be an 8 o'clock event rather than a 5 o'clock event, but still warm nonetheless, and then the better rain chances hold off till Wednesday and Thursday. But, all eyes on Tuesday night at Truist Park. I think a lot of people are asking the question is, well, is it going to rain? Here's what I have to say about that. One, I would actually like for it to rain during the afternoon because that would help out the evening hours. But, a 40% chance of rain is a 60% chance of staying dry. So that's far from a guarantee there in the Cumberland area.
Okay. All right. I want to give you a live look, though, at Truist. Meanwhile, I've got my handy-dandy fan. It's so hot outside. Taking this wherever I go, you might want to take it with you to Truist. Beautiful day, though. as many fans continue to gather. A lot of folks gathering at the Battery today.
Yes.
Weather would be good for that.
Well, and we've got the games over there today. We've got the Futures game a little later on this afternoon. I believe that's at 4 o'clock. Then the Celebrity All-Star game. So if you want to go see Big Boy run some bases, tonight's your night over there at Truist Park. And I was looking on my phone just a little bit ago because I was curious. You know, the All-Star game tickets, they're like $200-ish on resale right now. If you want to go see the All-Star experience and be there at Truist Park, you can get in for like $9 tonight.
Wow.
So that's the Futures game, and that's the Celebrity Softball game. So there you go.
All right. Some good insight from Alex Forbes. All right. We're going to send it over to Lindsay Tubin, who is joining us live from the Cobb Galleria, where they are continuing that all the All-Star festivities. Lindsay.
Yeah, Elizabeth, the All-Star Village happening right now, and it's been amazing to see how many folks have come out to be a part of this. In the last hour, I gave everybody a look at a lot of the fun, the music, the fun virtual reality games. I want to show you now another really big piece of this, and that's just appreciating the sport of baseball, the history behind it. Part of the event here today is also including this MLB experience, where it's showcasing the different people who made up what baseball is today. Everything from pre-World War II baseball to the legacy of Latino players. It's just amazing to have these faces up showcased, showing the impact that folks have had over the last decades and continue to have today. I like this one as well. Women in baseball, we're coming up on that. A lot of folks just going around, taking in all of the different exhibits, seeing all these different pieces of history from, and you can see back here on the wall there, Jackie Robinson, Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, names that folks have, the household names, but just having this moment to appreciate not only their impact in baseball history, but American history too. I love this part of the exhibit, just this moment to really take in the impact of baseball on our country. But today is all about, and you can see the party happening here behind us, but really today and these next few days here at the All-Star Village are all about the fan experience. And that's really what makes this a special thing to come and experience. You were one of the first people in line today. Why'd you want to come out early? What are you looking forward to seeing?
Hope to see some of the legends, guys that come in and get some autographs. And just, it's my first All-Star game, so hopefully experience what the Village has.
Anything, anybody in particular, anything in particular?
Well, when Greg Maddux came out on the list the other day, that kind of got me excited.
Enough to get here early to hopefully secure a spot to get that handshake.
100%.
And have you heard about anything that goes on inside, any part of the Village or experience that particularly piqued your interest?
No, I've been trying to navigate the app and try to figure things out, but I'll have to go in and get hands-on. So.
I saw that they have like batting cages and even like a chance for you to feel what it's like to jump up and grab like a potential home run ball. Are you going to put on the Velcro suit and go jump on the wall?
I don't know. I'm 48. I don't want to get hurt.
Maybe not that, but at least try some food and drink.
Maybe, yeah.
Anything else? Or anything else you're looking forward to today?
I'm with famous people.
Famous people.
It's a famous official, baseball and basketball and football. He's called state high school games in the state of Georgia. He's famous. And he's got Ron Gidger's autograph. He's famous. Oh, can we go? They're starting to go in.
Well, there you go. You just heard from one of the fans here, but here's something else that I really wanted to showcase. This is a really cool snapshot here. Do you recognize this face? If I can show it. Oh, maybe not. If I can get my camera to cooperate. Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, just another highlight of that baseball history, piece of American history too. Really something special here today. So much to check out, so much to see here. Everything opened at 10. It goes until 8 o'clock tonight. Same hours tomorrow, 10 to 8. And then folks can also come Monday and Tuesday, 10 to 6. I'm showing you a lot of the inside stuff. I want to show you outside too. We'll do that ahead here in the 11 o'clock hour. But for now, I'll send it back to you, Elizabeth.
All right, thanks so much, Lindsay Tubin reporting. We'll check back in just a bit. Meanwhile, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, hundreds of folks are volunteering on National Serve Day. We'll take you there live next. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. I'm Elizabeth Rollins, and this is News Now. Taking a live look at downtown Atlanta. So much going on this weekend between the WWE, and we've got Beyonce's concert tomorrow and Monday. We've got the All-Star game happening. And on top of that, we've got National Serve Day. Hundreds of folks are volunteering right now. We want to go to our Caitlin Pratt live. Caitlin.
In the place underneath this big tree in the shade and watching the people work. They're doing such a good job. I want to introduce you to Maddie with the Wild Center, and she is helping to lead these volunteers. Good morning to you, and tell me a little bit about the Wild Center.
So the Wild Center was started 27 years ago by Sally Wild and Miss Johnson. I am drawing a blank, sorry. But it's about Miss Jackson. It's all about urban gardens, converting urban spaces to grow your own vegetables, native plants, get the kids out in nature to do the same rather than just viewing it as, oh, they're growing something over there. See what exactly we are growing. And we've been doing it for 27 years now in Decatur and in this area of Atlanta.
And tell me about this special space. It's kind of hidden away. You have to know about it to know about it.
So Cohen Garden, this is an Atlanta public school property, and they turned Cohen School into an administrative building. We have the space next door, Edgewood Garden, and we reached out and asked, could we start a small farm here?
Sure.
With the goal of raising vegetables, flowers for the community. And that's how this got started. And then the past few years, Atlanta Public Schools is now using it as a rotation school for, as they repair one school, they bring that school here. So that gives us a chance to introduce subsequent schools to gardening.
Wow, really hands-on.
Hands-on, hopefully. It's still a hard sell. I'd much rather play on the equipment than pull weeds.
She's talking about the playground over there. So tell us just about you guys have made such great progress in even an hour's time. What kind of difference does just this small army of volunteers make for you?
Incredible. You can't quantify it. This is what, 15 people here for an hour to 3 hours of time. That's a lot of staff hours to try and maintain this, and to get this focused energy, positive energy, all pulling together is phenomenal.
Finally, closing thoughts on those who want to explore not just this garden, but your other 3 locations. Where can they find information?
Hands On Atlanta is the best source for all of our volunteer engagements, from our nursery greenhouse operation to the 4 gardens in the Decatur and Atlanta area.
Wonderful. Thank you, Maddie, so much. And
you're welcome. Thank you.
Of course, and before I send it back to the studio, Elizabeth, I want to come over and show you what exactly these volunteers have been doing. They've been working in the sun. Oh, man, weeding, and you see over there just getting up those tough weeds for sure. They've made such great progress. The weeds at one point were as tall as these zinnias right here, so that's pretty significant, tall as I am, which is 5'5". So you can see they're still working here, filling up those leaf bags with weeds. And I was talking with Maddie here, and she says a lot of things are grown. Mostly this is for pollinators. We're talking bees and butterflies, things like that, but also a portion of the garden is dedicated to herbs, also some berries, things like that. But now that we know where it is, we'll have to come and visit more often. This is right off of whatchamacallit there. I'm drawing a blank on the street there, but it's in
Cohen?
Edgewood, and yes,
Cohen?
it's called Cohen Garden. I'm trying to think of the main roadway there, but it'll come to me, of course. But I just wanted to send you off with a look at these volunteers working hard on National Serve Day, one of several spots here in the metro area where members of the church here and also Hands On Atlanta, Live Church and Hands On Atlanta are working to try and make their community a little nicer.
And that's no joke. That they are working hard. I've done that, pulling weeds and bagging all of that. Wow, that's definitely a labor intense, but labor of love for sure, especially if you love your community. So cool to see those folks volunteering this morning. Thanks so much, Caitlin. We'll check back in just a bit. When we come back, we'll have Casting Call with Judea Murray, and then more news and weather.
guys, welcome back to Fox 5 News Now. You're streaming with us on Fox Local. We have now entered the time for Casting Call.
Yes, we have.
I'm Jadea Murray.
I'm Tess Hammock.
And our whole goal with Casting Call is to make sure that you are booked and busy.
We do try.
So let's start with some of the casting opportunities here in the Metro Atlanta area. If you're interested in acting, here's a cool role for you.
I love this one. So normally we have a lot more castings and then less jobs. We're flipping it this week. So we've got one casting for you, and this one's actually for a cool specialty role. I'm very excited about this one. The folks at Hilton Casting reached out and they said, we've got a really great role coming up. We want to make sure that your audience hears about it. And this one's going to be for a brand new TV show with BET Plus. Of course, that is their streaming service. So a really great service that you've got right there. And so this specialty role is for a baby. The baby. If you've got a baby between the ages of 6 months and 18 months, that's perfect. That's exactly what they're looking for. African American, any gender, but it can be a part of twins, triplets, or individuals. So if you've got any of those, then that works out really well. And this one's actually, today I'm very excited about this because the main character of this show, the adult in this show, is going to be babysitting this baby. And so you're going to be needed for a little while. Yeah, you're going to be needed by the end of July 28th through August. There's some flexible work dates there, but you're going to be filming probably for about a month. Of course, not every day. And then, of course, this is paid. We do try to bring you paid opportunities. That's a lot of work. And you know what? I always think about, Venus and Serena's dad. I always think about Tiger Woods' dad.
King Richard.
King Richard. Get them in early. If this is something that maybe you want to have them kind of dip their little baby booty into, dip the toe in there, then this is a really great opportunity. Now, if you're sitting there and you're thinking, well, I either have one of those, I got a baby.
I got one of those.
I got one of those. I got one of those. Or if you know someone who has a baby that fits this role, you're going to go to hiltoncasting.com/babycastingcall. And what I want you to do is spell Hilton with a Y, not Hilton like the hotel, Hilton with a Y, HYLTON casting.com/babycastingcall. Very fun.
Tess, when I saw this, it made me so antsy because, like I said, I love BET Plus, and I kind of wish we knew what show it was.
Well, they didn't release the name just yet, but we will know soon enough. And hopefully we can see your baby there.
And as, Tess mentioned, normally we bring you a lot of the casting, and then we give you just a couple of things behind the scenes, but we want to make sure the people who aren't necessarily interested in being in front of the camera or are just looking for opportunities to meet other people, learn a little bit more, also feel like they're being seen here on Casting Calls. So
absolutely.
Jump into some of the jobs.
Love how you prefaced that, Jade. That was great. So we've got 2 jobs for you today. The first one's actually going to be more in the education space of the entertainment industry. This is a professor of industry partnerships. Now, what does that mean? Well, we'll get to it in just a moment. But this is going to be with SCAD Pro, that's Savannah College of Art and Design. It's part of their creative consultantry. It's a boutique consultant agency that's through the Savannah College of Art and Design. What the duties are going to include on this is you're going to be designing coursework and syllabi. You're going to be teaching and creating learning opportunities. You're going to be working with students and SCAD as an industry, creating those partnerships between the college, the university, and then people out in the field. Now, what are those qualifications? You are going to need a degree in a design-related field. You also should have collegiate teaching experience. Now, again, you're going to be working with students, but you're also going to be working with the university and representing them. You can apply at scadcareers.scad.edu. You can find this, plus there are other opportunities there.
Okay, beautiful. Now, this next job that you have seems pretty cool. If you are interested in the world of sports.
You're a sports person.
Tell us a little more about that one.
I played basketball, believe it or not.
I did too.
Come on. Love it.
I feel like we're doing it.
So if you're a basketball fan, this one's for you, especially if you're an NBA fan. We've got an opportunity with the Atlanta Hawks coming your way. Now, what is this opportunity? It's the senior producer. I know sports. You think it's sports. What does this have to do with entertainment? But you know what? All sports teams, all sports companies, they all have an entertainment arm because you know what? Someone's got to make the hype video.
Somebody's got to keep the people interested.
Somebody's got to make the hype video. Now, what does this include to be the senior producer with the Atlanta Hawks? Well, glad you asked. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be the lead on production of sponsored content. Obviously, sports, they have a lot of sponsors, a lot of companies that back those sports teams. You're going to coordinate with legal, PR, basketball ops, social, partnership and Hawks Studio. Hawks Studio is the in-house entertainment arm for the Hawks. And then you're going to be planning and executing high-level content, among other things. There's a lot of other things that you're going to be doing with this, but that's kind of high level, just to give you a little bit of a bird's eye view, pun intended. So your qualifications, excuse me, I'm sorry, I couldn't.
You're great at this.
It was low-hanging fruit today. I had to do it. I had to do it. Your qualifications for this are going to be within 5 to 7 years of at a creative agency or a sports production, and then of course 7 to 9 years in overall creative video production. That's very important because this is a professional sports team. And then, of course, experience with sponsored and comedic content. That's going to be really important as well. If this is something that sounds like you're interested in sports, you're excited about this, you want to join a really great professional organization, you're going to go to nba.com/hawks/true2you. And that's kind of their career initiative, the True to You initiative. And you can find this plus all of their other career opportunities there.
Okay, pretty cool.
It's going to be fun. I'm excited to see that.
Let's move on. This is a part of the show where we like to bring them networking opportunities and other events around the Metro Atlanta area. And I know this first one really hits close for home, especially if you were born and raised in Atlanta.
Absolutely. If you've ever heard of the name Tyler Perry, I'm sure you have, then you probably wonder who casts all of his productions. And that's a person by the name of Raven Drummer. And she is hosting her own class called Master the Audition. And this one's going to be really great because if you want to get into the mind of someone who casts for a big name like Tyler Perry, this is perfect for you. Now, just quickly going through, it's an in-person workshop. You're going to learn things like self-tape feedback and virtual callback practice. Those are really important things to master. Audition technique and preparation. You're going to learn character breakdowns and then, of course, Q&A with Raven herself. This is going to be held on July 19th at 10 a.m. You're going to be going to the Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Of course, they have a lot of meeting space there as well. It's a pretty central location, I'd like to think, and everyone knows where it is. You can register by going to eventbrite.com and typing in Master the Audition with Raven Drummer. That's Raven, RHAVYNN, Drummer. And then, of course, you can sign up there and secure your spot. There is a fee associated with this, however. We've always said it's important to invest in yourself. But going to be a really great opportunity for someone. You're going to be able to pick the brain of someone who has worked on some of the biggest shows in the Southeast.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so Tess, before you said that, I honestly did not know that he didn't pick the people himself.
Yeah, sometimes he does, obviously, especially with those really featured roles, but you always have to have a casting director, and she's the one.
Yeah, there have been some pretty amazing people founded, or I guess you could say like scouted through his plays, his movies. So it's pretty cool that you're
100%.
going to get to meet the woman behind the scenes.
I know. We love a little BTS.
Now for our final segment, normally we have you guys submit questions into us, and we'll answer them here on the show to help people figure out what they need to do next in their journey to become the biggest star here in the
Big
Metro
star,
Atlanta
big
area.
star.
But for this one, if you aren't able to find a job right away, I remember one of the episodes before you told me that this is a pretty dark time in the industry.
It's a little bit of a slow season, and that is
Slow season.
A-okay. There are times in every industry where it's a little bit slow. I think overall the job market's a little bit slow, and even in ours as well.
Okay. Well, if you are finding that it's a little difficult to get something right away, it looks like we put together a nice little list of...
Yes. So this is really exciting. I do get questions a lot about, hey, I might be, in between gigs right now, or I might need to have another job. Listen, I have another job. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of having multiple streams of income.
As everyone should be.
As everyone should be. Booked, busy, get that bag. But here are some flexible job ideas for actors, and this is especially true even if you're not in a time like this right here. So the first one we have is a server or a bartender, and why this works for you is that this is usually daytime. You will have more free time for auditions because those auditions usually do happen during the day, and if you're a server at night, you're good to go. You have a lot of performance and people skills. I mean, my goodness, you're working with them all day long. And then, of course, it sharpens your multitasking and your memory. Next is a tour guide or a performer for something like the Fox Theater or historic sites. There are so many places here in Atlanta that are fantastic sites, and you can be a tour guide through there. Why this works is it's a live performance every single shift, so you're constantly learning and sharpening your craft. There's a lot of flexibility with that, especially in the evenings, and then tourists love charisma. And if you're a comedian, a great time to practice new material.
And that improv, right?
And that improv, we love to see it. Our third one is a rideshare or a delivery driver. Now, obviously, you have total control over your schedule.
Okay.
Super, super easy. And then you can drive during low acting demanding hours, so, you know, at nighttime or maybe on weekends. And then, of course, your passenger conversations can equal some character inspiration. And again, try out new material. Always a really great, listen, always look for ways to try new material and to become better at your craft. The fourth one is content creation and social media. It's a really easy, there's no barrier to entry there. Anyone can have an Instagram or a TikTok account. You can boost your brand and your marketing skills. You can also, be totally remote. So there's no commute, which is great. And then, of course, once you start getting brand deals or once you start getting paid for what you're doing, then that's pretty competitive pay for the time invested. And last but not least, this one's my favorite. I've done this one before. Brand ambassador or promotional work. And why this one works is that you are basically paid to be energetic. You are the host. You are the face of a brand. And then a lot of times this is weekend only, or it may be for a short period of time. And then it feels like a live audition pretty much every single time. You're interacting with people who maybe you're going to have to work a little bit harder to get a reaction out of. Quick story, I did get to do this when I was first starting out for a brand, and I was at a convention, an expo. And there's people walking by left and right, and you're constantly on. You're on your feet, you're moving, you're grooving, you're working with people, you're hosting usually, and you're the face of a brand. So again, these are all really great ways. This is not an exhaustive list by any means, but this is a great way for you to sharpen your skills and to stay on top of your acting chops while making a little bit of money in the meantime.
Sounds good to me. So my favorite opportunity that you talked about, it's when you said that people could work as an Uber driver because you can also gain like the character inspo from your passenger. Maybe
you never know who's going to be in your backseat.
Yeah, it reminds me when I was in college, I had this creative writing professor who would have us go out into the wild and eavesdrop on people's conversations. And you had to write the dialogue because then it would teach you how to actually write the way people talk, not the way you think in your head.
That's really fascinating. I like that idea. I like that idea.
So, I mean, same kind of thing. It's pretty cool.
I love it. And you know what? You can always get creative. If there's even something that's remote work or part-time work, of course, I'm a big fan of that as well. We want to make sure that we can sustain ourselves through any dry seasons or dry spells, but then also making sure that we're taking care of ourselves and our finances.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Try to do that.
And don't get discouraged. So, as I mentioned, we do normally take questions, and a good way for people to get some of those questions to you would be
Instagram. I love Instagram. I'm so much more available on Instagram, if you will. DM your questions. If it's not a dumb question, I promise you, more than likely someone has had it before. And if I can't help you either on a one-on-one basis, I know someone who can. And especially if it's a question that I get pretty often, this is one of those questions that I get pretty often, more than likely we'll bring it on here. You can find me at Casting Call with Tess Hammock, and that's on Instagram and Facebook. But again, definitely go more towards Instagram. I'm much more active on Instagram.
Beautiful. All right. Well, I'm Judea.
I'm Tess.
This was it for us here on Casting Call. But if you stick around with us, and after this break, we'll get you a lot more content, some more news headlines. Thanks for joining us. Hey guys, welcome back to Fox 5 News Now on the Fox Local app, or maybe you're streaming with us on YouTube, maybe you're listening to us on the radio. Thank you so much for joining us and choosing us for your headlines and all the amazing things going around the metro Atlanta area. For example, this is All-Star weekend, It's exciting in the world of sports for everybody out there in Cobb County especially. We have one of our reporters, Lindsay Tuman, who has been covering it pretty much all morning out there at All-Star Village. Lindsay, pretty exciting. How are things going?
Hey, good morning to you, Judea. Yes, we are here at the All-Star Village. In our last couple of hours, I was giving folks an inside look, but we're outside now, so I'll give you a look at the outside part of the All-Star Village. You can probably hear it's a full-on party happening. The music is going. They have All-Star pitching, All-Star batting, places for folks to dance, get good pictures with a lot of the good memorabilia, and there's some good fan experiences over here as well. I'm going to walk you over to what, I don't know, can I say that this might be my favorite part? They have the food truck row over here. So that's what's been making my stomach grumble so far this morning. I'll show you what folks can get over here. Some definite favorites, ballpark bites, and lots of different food and drink options. I mean, they truly have something for everyone out here, and that's part of what makes this so fun. They really were going for a full fan experience, something for everyone to enjoy. And while I'm transitioning from outside to inside, I'll let you hear from some of the folks who are here making all of this happen and also enjoying it. One of the first people in line today, why'd you want to come out early? What are you looking forward to seeing?
Hope to see some of the legends, guys that come in and get some autographs. And just, it's my first All-Star game, so hopefully experience what the Village has.
Anything and anybody in particular? Anything in particular?
Well, when Greg Maddux came out on the list the other day, that kind of got me excited.
Enough to get here early to hopefully secure a spot to get that handshake.
100%.
And have you heard about anything that goes on inside, any part of the Village or experience that particularly piqued your interest?
No, I've been trying to navigate the app and try to figure things out, but I'll have to go in and get hands-on. So.
I saw that they have like batting cages and even like a chance for you to feel what it's like to jump up and grab like a potential home run ball. Are you going to put on the Velcro suit and go jump on the wall?
I don't know. I'm 48. I don't want to get hurt.
Maybe not that, but at least try some food and drinks.
Maybe, yeah.
Anything else or anything else you're looking forward to today?
I'm with famous people.
Famous people.
It's a famous official. Baseball and basketball and football. He's called state high school games in the state of Georgia. He's famous. And he's got Ron Guidry's autograph. He's famous. Oh, can we go? They're starting to go in.
Thank you so much. Y'all enjoy it.
Thank you.
All right, so now we're taking you back out here. This is not Truist Park, believe it or not. This is another part of the fan experience out here. Just incredible what they have set up. I was walking by, I saw a whole thing for people to come and try that running on the Velcro wall. That looks too funny, really. And they have indoor virtual reality stuff. Really, there's just, the list goes on and on. There really is truly something for everyone to enjoy. So the deal is, doors open today at 10 o'clock. They stay open until 8 o'clock tonight. Same deal tomorrow, 10 to 8. On Monday and Tuesday, a little bit shorter, 10 to 6. And the tickets are $35 for adults, $30 for kids 12 and younger. They do have some discounted ticket prices for both college students and for seniors. We've got all that information on our website as well, fox5atlanta.com. But if you're wondering if there's going to be something for your family to do, for you to do, for your kids to do, yes, it's all here. There's something for everyone. You can definitely spend the whole day here. But I'll send it back to you for now, Judea.
Lindsay, thank you so much. Something for everyone is exactly the best way to describe this event. We will be out there pretty much all day long, really all weekend long, and don't go too far because on Tuesday we will be giving you guys coverage here on Fox Local of the game starting at 3 p.m. Remember, that is Tuesday. All right, so let me get you guys your headlines for the day. Here are some of the biggest things happening around the metro Atlanta area and the rest of the world. Starting in LaGrange, we learned about a grandmother who unfortunately was killed in a vicious dog attack. Police say that 2 large dogs mauled Teresa Patterson while she was walking out there in LaGrange. Officers stopped the attack, thank goodness. Patterson was rushed to the hospital where she unfortunately died. Now, no details have been released on the dog's owners, but her grandson, Tucker, says that whoever is responsible must pay. Let's listen in.
Want whoever's responsible to be held accountable because this is innocent life. That should be an appropriate jail sentence. Am I upset? Of course. That was my grandmother, that was my baby. I forgive whichever party because hatred is not my thing.
But he does say he wants justice. Moving on, we have in about 30 minutes, a service will get underway for the man who was shot and killed during a Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity picnic out there in Atlanta. That was 33-year-old Anthony Pearson that you just saw. He died after a shooting at Cohen Park. The suspect, as police have told us, was an uninvited guest. This was not somebody who was part of the fraternity. Atlanta police say that Pearson wasn't even part of the fight, but he still lost his life. So loved ones have told us that he was, and I quote, a source of joy, that he poured into his people. The Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated will be transitioning Pearson to Chapter Invisible starting at 11:30 a.m. That's essentially a way of saying that a deceased member of their fraternity will live on. The celebration of life for him will begin at 1 p.m. at the Bank Event Center in Northwest Atlanta. So we also learned that the federal government is expected to lay off more workers. More than 1,300 employees will lose their jobs as part of the White House's plan to reorganize the State Department. The Supreme Court is who cleared the way for that earlier this week. Now, the biggest question that I saw floating around the internet was, what does the State Department do, so that people could get an understanding of, how important a move like this is. They're the lead agency for foreign policy. They help negotiate treaties. They represent and protect American citizens while they're abroad. Think about the embassies that you see out in other countries. So critics say that these cuts will damage America's efforts to counter threats abroad. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump says that this is just part of the plan to shrink the federal government. And for those of you who are soon going to be back to school shopping, your kids might not be ready to go to school yet, but I know a lot of you are out there trying to get your carts filled as quickly as possible. And that's because there's a growing fear around the country that the tariffs could make school supplies more expensive. Even economists are picking up on that. According to the National Retail Federation, a majority of parents are concerned that tariffs will go up in August. To our knowledge, a tariff impacting school supplies is just a rumor. But today, President Donald Trump did announce a 30% tariff on Mexican and European Union products that starts on August 1st, 2025. He also threatened Canada with 35% tariffs. He blames our foreign neighbors for failing to stop the flow of fentanyl into the country. And also today, we learned about a organization who's making a pretty big impact on the community. OxyClean and Kroger are teaming up for a family-friendly pop-up event to help kick off MLB All-Star weekend, like you saw our Lindsay Tuman out there. That's today, this Saturday. Their partnership is in partnership with Must Ministries. So here's how their thing works today. They are expecting attendees to bring non-perishable food items. They will collect those and then they'll benefit the Marietta 6th Grade Academy. They're helping to fight food insecurity in the community. Besides collecting all those goods for the school, there will also be free food, games, and giveaways. And there's also a chance to win an All-Star and MLB event tickets. So again, that is later on today. That starts at noon, so you have about 45 minutes to get out there. It'll run from noon to 4 p.m. at Kroger at the Marketplace Taro Mill. The address for that is 1310 Powers Ferry Road in Southeast Marietta. So once again, pretty cool event out there for y'all. Now, while you're looking for things to do, maybe you are going to go to the All-Star Village or maybe a number of other things happening around our area today, we want to get you a look at your forecast with Fox 5 Storm Team meteorologist Alex Forbes. Alex, please tell me something good about the weather today.
Yeah, the rain chance lower today across north and central Georgia, so that's a plus, but it's not zero, right? We're looking live over Truist Park, and we're already seeing clouds begin to bubble up. We saw a lot of widespread morning cloud cover, then we really saw them fade away rather quick, and then as the heating of the day has really taken over, the clouds have built back in. 85 is where we stand right now, a dew point of 72, so it is also sticky out there across north and central Georgia. 82 now in Canton, 82 in Gainesville, 88 now in Eatonton, 85 in Athens, and 80 over in Carrollton. You factor in the humidity in Eatonton, the winter already feels like 100 degrees right now at 11:13 in the morning on Saturday, and that is the writing on the wall for what is sure to be a hot weekend and a hot start to the new work week, which carries us through All-Star week as well. A high temperature of 91 today, feels like 95 to 98. Scattered storms for tomorrow, and then these numbers keep going warmer. 95, 96 for Tuesday. That's the day of the actual All-Star game. It is going to feel like 98 to 103 during the peak heating of the afternoon. Of course, the game's actually at 8 o'clock, so it's not going to be quite that hot for the game, but still warm nonetheless up there in Cobb County and across all of north and central Georgia. As for today, looking for 93 in Covington and in Athens, 88 over in Blairsville, 91 in Carrollton, 91 in Noonan, and 92 in Thomaston here through the afternoon. Thinking about heading out to the pool, it's a great day to do it. A 20 to 30% chance of rain here through the afternoon and evening hours, but that's a difference from yesterday's 60% chance rain. The only thing is, as I mentioned, it is going to feel hotter than that with that heat index, mid to upper 90s here in the metro, 100 plus south and southeast of the city. That's what we're already seeing there in the Eatonton area. So a 30% chance of rain today, 40% for tomorrow. That's actually down to 20% on Monday. So the home run derby, that has a lesser rain chance than the actual All-Star game there on Tuesday. But Judea, I was telling Elizabeth earlier, I would actually like it to rain Tuesday afternoon because that might make it feel a little better for Tuesday night. I know that might not go well with the plans, but if we can work rain somewhere in there, I think that'll set the stage for a better feeling game up there at Truist Park.
Alex, I don't know that our audience agrees with you. Well, actually, you know what? You guys hit the comment section, especially if you're out there watching with us on YouTube. Do you agree it should rain so we can get a little cooler air? Alex, we'll pop back out to you a little later on in the show.
Well, and let's preface that with, would you rather it feel like 105 and no rain or 80 and rain?
Okay, context, I guess.
There you go.
Guys, we will be taking your votes, and then we'll see where we stand later on in the show when we get back out to Alex. If we can get a live look over at Truist Park, because like we have been watching all morning long, All-Star Village is well underway. People are flocking to the Battery, to Cobb County, excited for all that there is. There's food out there. There are plenty of events, activities. You may even see a couple of stars a little later on. We'll have a better look at All-Star Village a little later on in our show, but for now, we're going to get you a quick break. welcome back to Fox 5 News Now. I'm your host, Jade Murray, for the next couple of hours. We want to get you back out to All-Star Village. We told you that things are really popping off over there at Truist Park, the Battery, and we have our very own Justin Felder out on the ground. Justin, how are things going?
Things are going great. It's All-Star Weekend is fully in swing here live at Truist Park. And we got the MLB Futures game this afternoon. I'll tell you about that in a second. We got the celebrity softball game, which is what you think. Tell you about that in a moment. But we actually have activity on the field right now at Truist Park, and we're going to take a live look as we're going to walk down the stairs. I'm going to try my best to flip the camera around. Going on right now on the field, you see him in the batter's box. This is the high school home run derby taking place live at Truist Park. These are some of the biggest high school sluggers in the entire country, trying to see if they can match what the pros are going to do Monday night in the MLB Home Run Derby. You can see right now they're in one of the final rounds. These guys trying to put it over the left field wall, just like Matt Olson, the Braves player, Cal Raleigh, the Mariners sluggers, try to do Monday night. A little bit about what's going on today at Truist Park. At 4 o'clock is the MLB Futures game. Those are some of the best minor league players in all of baseball. You got a couple of Braves prospects. You got a couple of former High Five Sports prospects from the state of Georgia, from Metro Atlanta, that are going to be taking the field. We're going to have a chance to talk to them in just a little while. They're going to be playing a 7-inning game. That's at 4 o'clock. Then at 7 o'clock tonight, All-Star Celebrity Softball game. Unfortunately, Judea, I don't know why. I think our invitations got lost somewhere in the mail. So we're not going to be playing, but you got a comedian like Brewski all over the place on social media. You got Jenny Finch, the softball star. You got Jermaine Dupree is going to be involved in that as well, the musician and producer. So that's tonight. Tomorrow at the Roxy, at the Battery, is going to be the MLB Draft. And then the big guys are in town on Monday. It's the Home Run Derby Monday night. We'll have Media Day. We'll have the team out on the field. They'll be working out. They'll be talking to me. We're looking forward to that on Monday. And then, of course, the All-Star game on Tuesday. So you're taking a live look right now at the high school Home Run Derby. Let's see if we can get a couple swings here, see if somebody can put it out of the park for you live on Fox Local. That one's looking pretty good to right field.
I heard the hit.
Ooh, going to come up just short of the chop house, but we'll flip the camera back around here. It's an exciting day, All-Star Week in full swing, Judea, here live at Truist Park.
Justin, amazing, amazing. And you know what's even crazier? You know, of course I knew that we were going to see some stars, but I was just thinking about the legends, the baseball stars. I heard you say Drewski and maybe even Jermaine Dupree. That's pretty big.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got Michael Kelly, the actor. You might remember him from House of Cards. He's a huge Braves fan, always talking about a lot of folks playing that softball game. I know our Alexa Liacco, she's going to be covering that. So keep an eye out for Alexa's story tonight on Fox 5 News, catching up with all those big celebs. I don't know. They don't let us talk to the celebrities today. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, you know what? I'm definitely going to take it up. We definitely got our invitations lost in the mail, but that's okay. Next year or whenever they come back, things will be a little better for us. Fingers crossed.
Sounds like a plan. That's fair.
All right, you guys, coming back into studio, we have a lot of amazing events happening around the Metro Atlanta area. That's out there in Cobb County, as I told you, the Battery, Truist Park. But we also have our photographer, Eli Jordan out in LaGrange. We might get to touch this guy today. Eli, what's happening out in LaGrange? Give us a sneak preview.
Hey, good morning, Judea. Yeah, I'm out here in LaGrange at LaGrange Callaway Airport. I'm in the hangar of Paragon Flight Training, and they're giving free discovery flights. Discovery flights, it's like, you know, if you're sitting at home and you're like wondering, hey, I want to try piloting maybe, I'm not sure, but I don't want to invest the money. Today's the day to come out here because they're giving free flights to see if you want to sign up, spend the money, invest in being a pilot. And right now, they got a little bit of a late start because the clouds were kind of hanging around, and there's a lot of people here waiting. We've had 2 airplanes just now take off, and so they're getting going. And right now I have Hannah Godfrey with me. She is with Paragon Flight Training. How's it going, Hannah?
It's going great. We're really excited and we're having fun.
Cool. And so tell me, why did you guys do this? I mean, it's,
Yeah.
you know, it's not cheap to fly an airplane.
It's not, but it's a great way to see if you're interested. So we always tell people that to get in the plane first. If you think you might be interested in aviation, you're never going to know until you're in the plane. You got to see if you enjoy it. Some people are going to love it, some people are going to hate it. So you just got to get in the plane, experience it for yourself.
And so, I mean, are people going to be able to like take controls?
They will, yeah, absolutely. The only thing that they're not going to be able to do today is land the plane. So as long as you're comfortable and everything, your instructor is going to talk you through everything from taxiing from startup all the way to the runway to actually taking control and getting that plane off the ground and then flying around in the sky for a bit. Yeah, absolutely.
It seems like, you know, word got out. It's a popular event. I mean, you guys got overbooked today, right?
Yes, yeah, it's a completely full event. There's no current slots open, but yeah, so from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. we were completely booked with flights all day.
And so this is the type of plane they're going to fly, right?
That's correct, yeah. It's a single engine Piper aircraft. It's called a Piper P100i. It's Piper's newest trainer, actually. It's full touchscreen glass cockpit avionics. They're great planes. None of our planes are older than 2021. All very new, low-hour planes. They're really awesome. Great for training, super reliable, and super safe.
And so, I mean, and you guys don't do the free flights all the time, but if somebody saw this and realized it's booked up,
yeah,
they can still come out here for a discovery flight, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, we are 7 days a week, all month long. Anytime you're interested in it, we offer discovery flights at $189.
Cool. And so about how long is the flight? How long does it last?
So today there are only 30 minutes. A typical one is going to be about 45 minutes to an hour for a normal discovery flight.
And you know, like if I brought like me and my son come along, could he fly along with me?
Yeah, we have a back seat. So if you have somebody who wants to back seat in the plane with you, kind of get the experience, but maybe doesn't want to be in control in the front seat, then they can absolutely ride in the back.
Do you think aviation is getting a little bit more, you know, people become more interested in it?
Absolutely. I think people are finally starting to realize how amazing of a career it is. A lot of benefits. It's also just a fun career. I don't meet many pilots who don't love what they're doing on a day-to-day basis. You know, it's the coolest office space you're ever going to have. So people really love it. And once you get into it, you don't want to stop.
It's a great way to see the world, too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
And also, too, you know, it's a cool way to go visit your family.
Exactly,
like, hey, go pick me up at the airport.
Yeah, right, exactly, yeah.
I mean, it really cuts travel time down a whole lot.
Does, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about Paragon Flight Training. How long you guys have been around?
Yeah. So,
and who do you train?
Yeah, absolutely. So for one, we are initially we were based out of Southwest Florida. So our biggest and our main location is in Fort Myers, Florida. We opened a new facility in Punta Gorda not too long ago, and then now we are here in West Georgia, and we love where we are, and we love what we're doing. We're always growing. We're super excited, and we'll train anybody. So whether you are a career interested pilot, you want to go into the airlines, you want to do charter, you want to, you know, whatever that might be. We have a lot of recreational pilots who train with us. So somebody who's always been interested in aviation maybe has a different career path that they're going down, but they want to be able to fly their family around, get a plane like this, and take their family on vacation every once in a while and that kind of stuff. So it really depends on, you know, what you're interested in. But yes, we'll train you.
And so, and also too, Kylie was mentioning that the local college here, LaGrange College.
That's correct.
You guys teamed up with them where you can get a minor.
That's
in
correct. Yeah.
Aviation. Correct?
So we offer to college students through LaGrange College. It's a private liberal arts school, but maybe 8 to 10 minutes away. So you can get a minor with them. It's very, I would say, licensing driven. So you're not going to really take a lot of classroom stuff. You're not going to be sitting in a classroom or a lab, but you're going to be in the plane learning how to fly and getting a minor.
That is a big deal.
Yeah, it's really exciting. We're really excited about it.
All the more reason to like come to college down on LaGrange.
Exactly.
Take minor
come on
in,
out. Yeah.
Aviation.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you guys have been here for a little bit. Were you guys surprised about the interest here?
We're excited. We love to see people as enthusiastic as we are about flight training. So we understand it because we feel the same way. But we're always excited to see more people become interested in getting a plane for the first time.
And again, you know, I guess delayed due to the weather. You guys take safety as it's paramount to everything. Right?
It's paramount to everything. Everything we do from before you ever get in the plane, your pre-flight planning is just as important as what you're doing in the plane. So if you're not pre-flighting and you're considering weather and all that stuff before you even touch a checklist, before you start, you know, getting the plane ready, then you're not as prepared as you need to be. So our instructors have been deliberating all morning and stuff, trying to decide, hey, what's safe, what's not. And finally, the clouds raised up enough that we are finally getting to take off and show some people around. Absolutely.
It was a little bit overcast this morning.
Yeah,
I drove
yeah.
through a good bit of fog too on
Yeah,
the way up here.
yeah. We get a lot of it because of the lake right here, but usually it burns off really early in the morning. So yeah, we're very lucky.
That's cool. And you guys have refreshments and burgers and hot dogs and stuff.
Yes,
Awesome.
yeah. Food and
Cool.
drinks and all that stuff for sure.
Well, I might have to, take advantage of some of that.
Of course, get yourself a cheeseburger or a hot dog.
Well, thank you very much, Hannah.
Yeah.
Judea, we're getting things going here, and finally got some planes in the air after the little bit of a weather delay, and got the excited people here waiting to go, and people are going to discover whether or not flying is about them or not. But I'm sure a lot of them are going to really enjoy it and have a lot of fun, and it's a good program to figure it out. It's pretty cool. They're giving free flight lessons.
No, for sure. Eli, when I saw this come across my desk, I mean, amazing opportunity, right? And I do also have to say that while you had Hannah there, I'm not sure if she's a pilot or not, but just seeing her in the aviation space to me is a very big deal. And I'm not sure if you know, but a very small percentage of pilots are female. It's somewhere between like 3 and 5%. So,
Oh yeah, Hannah is a pilot. Yes, I asked her. She's not a certified instructor, but she is a pilot. She's a private pilot, and she knows all about these pipers. And also interviewed one of the participants, Kylie. Her dad is going up, and Kylie is 22 years old, and she's already a pilot. And she came through the same hangar here right before Paragon bought it from. I forget who it was, but now she's like I said, she's going to the college. She's getting her minor through the collaboration with the Paragon and LaGrange College. So I mean, it seems like an exciting time here in LaGrange if you're into flying. So what's a better place? They came from Fort Myers. They're headquartered in Fort Myers, but why not come to the Atlanta area where they have the world's busiest airport and where piloting and
what better place?
Aviation is a big deal. Yep.
Yeah, pretty
Keep on showing this Piper here because all the other ones have all gotten airborne and they're doing their little demonstration right now. But this is what we got going on now.
Oh, Eli, I
Here
am
on the
hoping
ground.
that we get pretty lucky a little later on to see one of those planes take off, or one of the hangars take off. That would be really, really cool. Thank you for talking to her, giving us a quick little look at what's happening out there at the flight school out there in LaGrange. We will come back to you a little later to see what else you have cooking for us. Enjoy the food. All right, so you guys, tonight, I told you there are so many things happening around the Metro Atlanta area, and tonight the WWE is taking over State Farm Arena. We actually got to talk to one of the leading ladies who will be there tomorrow night for the Evolution. This is Jade Cargill. You may know her better as the Queen of the Ring. Our sports team reporter, Sudu Ubadea, spoke to her about what she's expecting for her match. And listen, she said that she has something to prove tomorrow.
Joining me right now, we've got some royalty. WWE Queen of the Ring, Jade Cargill, also a two-time women's tag team champion.
Yes, I am.
Jade, thank you so much for joining us today.
No, thank you for having me.
Of course, and I mean, you live in the Atlanta area.
I
Obviously,
do.
Evolution coming back to Atlanta, and really just coming back for the first time since 2018. All-women card. How excited are you for that?
I'm excited. We have the likes of Trish Stratus that's going to be there. We also have Nikki Bella. I mean, we have Tiffany Stratton going up against Trish Stratus for the WWE Championship. I think that's big. I'm going up against Naomi. I mean, I'm tired of dealing with that. So finally, I can get that gnat off my back.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great show, jam-packed.
Yeah, a historic night,
Yes,
right? Obviously,
very.
a show like this. What has kind of the energy been like in the women's locker room with this coming up? There's so much talent there, obviously, just to be able to showcase it in one show all night long.
Exciting. We're excited to show what we have and what we got, right? Because we don't get shows like this.
Right.
So we're preview what we're doing and just go out there and show what we're building up to do.
No doubt. You mentioned Naomi.
Yeah.
A lot of history there.
Lots.
Right? Between her attacking you.
Yeah.
Right? You came back and got her. All right. Then recently she got you. I mean, it's been a back and forth affair.
Yes.
How personal has this gotten, and what are you hoping to do with it? I mean, it's no holds barred.
Yeah.
This could be one of the most brutal matches of your career. What are you hoping to accomplish?
I'm hoping to be done with this. I'm tired. Every week is something. She comes after me, she runs. If I do adjust it, she comes after me, she runs. I'm tired of it. We're going to be dealing with all kinds of things, from babies to people to tables to chairs to popcorn to everything you name. I'm just tired. I'm glad to get this over with.
Yeah.
It's
now,
time.
you have roots here, as I mentioned. You live here. Your husband, Brandon
Yes.
Phillips, who
Yes.
everybody knows, obviously
Stone
MLB
Mountain
All-Star,
native. Yep.
Stone Mountain native, Redan High School, right? So obviously, I'm assuming a lot of family going to be in the crowd.
Very.
Will there be any help? Like if you get into the the thick of it, you're in there. You think maybe a cousin can throw in an elbow or
I'm
something?
hoping so. I mean, hopefully you'll be there. I'm trying to rally up people that'll be in the crowd that's going to help me because, listen, she has all, in her briefcase, she has all kind of stuff. She's missed money in the bank, so she has all kind of things, to barbed wire, to, oh my, she's trying to hurt me.
Yeah.
Like, she literally threw me on a car. If you followed my story, you know she threw me on a car. I am done. I am tired. We are going all out, and hopefully you're on my side, so you help me with that.
I want whatever you say. I'm there.
Okay.
All right.
I'm there. I need it.
100%. Just a little bit more about evolution and kind of like it being such a historic moment. You obviously have a daughter.
Yes.
Right? What are you hoping that the young girls there at State Farm Arena on Sunday kind of take away from this event?
Yeah, that you can do anything you put your mind to. Don't let anyone tell you who you are. You show them who you are. And that's what we're going to go out there and do on Sunday at the State Farm Arena at 6:30.
Okay, what is your message if Naomi is watching this? What would be your message to her?
Girl, you already know it's coming. This Sunday, be ready because a storm is coming.
Storm is coming. Okay, since you do live in Atlanta, I wanted to kind of get your thoughts on some Atlanta things.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite wing spot in the city?
Right now, is it Kimchi? Kimchi Red.
Okay.
Kimchi Red out in Alpharetta is so good.
I have not been to Kimchi.
You have to
I'm
go.
a big wing guy.
You
That's
have
crazy.
to go. It's so good. I
Okay.
think they have about 3 locations, but it's really, really good. But also, I like Wings 101.
Okay.
Sometimes
keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it simple. But Kimchi Red, you definitely have to try out. They have so many
It's like
flavors.
Korean wings?
Yes.
Okay.
It's really good. I'm telling you. Well, they say they're the #1 wing place in the United States. I think so,
Really?
right? Yeah.
I'll have to try.
You
I
have
didn't
to.
know
It's
about
good.
this.
They have ramen with it. They have everything you can think of with your wings.
Okay.
Try it out.
Kimchi Red. Noted.
I won't steer you wrong.
GOAT Atlanta artist.
Why you have to set me up like that?
No, come on. Because I know you have one.
Outcast. Andre
I mean, that's
3000.
easy. I was gonna
Andre
be like, you gotta
3000.
put
You
that
have
in the
to, yes,
bag.
of course, of course. My
100%.
husband would kill me if I say anything else. Yeah.
No
huge
doubt
fan.
about it. Are you a Braves fan? Or do you kind of roll with, like, who's your husband a fan of? I know he spent a majority, is it
With
where
the
he spent-
Reds.
with the Reds, right?
Yeah.
A majority of his career with the Reds. Are you a Reds fan? Are you a Brave? Like, how do you, and you're from Florida, like, how does that work for you?
So I'm more of a Braves fan.
Okay.
So when he was here for the 2017-18, we were so excited. We had a fantastic year at that.
Mm-hmm.
The Sun Park, well, it's not the Sun Park anymore, but it was it's a
Yep.
Truist Stadium, but it was a brand new park. So
Yep.
we got to experience that. We had a great time with them. I would say I'm more of a Braves fan.
I love that. Now, I don't know if people knew this. You're a bit of a hooper. Like,
I am.
I looked
I
at
am.
your stats.
Whenever you're ready, you let me know.
I want none of the smoke.
No.
In any
I love
arena
that.
with you, I want no smoke. You were a killer at Jacksonville
Thank you.
University. I mean, you were a killer in high school. Your favorite WNBA player right now?
Erica Willer.
Okay.
Erica Willer. I love me some Skylar Diggins as well. The Storm is killing it right now.
Cool, cool,
the
cool.
Storm. Hot.
The Storm, right?
Yes.
It all
I
plays
love that.
in.
Yes.
I absolutely love it. Just an overall, what should fans expect overall on Sunday at MLB?
Oh man, a jam-packed show full of superstar, all-star women going out there showing you exactly what we came here to do. Represent for the women. Some spectacular outfits, spectacular matches. We're not holding back, and this is just the beginning to the women's evolution.
You heard it here first from the Queen. Sunday, July 13th, State Farm Arena. Anything else before we go?
Oh yes, we have also a couple of shows. We have main event on Saturday at 7:30 at the State Farm Arena, and also we have NXT Saturday as well at 2:30 at the center stage.
Right. Great American Bash. We're excited. I actually caught up with Goldberg last week.
Yes.
Very excited. And of course, for her to take on Naomi. Finally, probably close that chapter. Jade, thank you so much.
No,
for your
thank
time.
you for having
Appreciate
me.
you.
guys, welcome back into Fox 5 News Now on the Fox Local app. Maybe you're watching with us on YouTube. Maybe you are listening in on us on the radio. Thank you for choosing us for your headlines and all of your events happening around the Metro Atlanta area. And speaking of things to do in the area, today is Serve Day. We're actually caught up with Live Atlanta Church out in Atlanta. They sent more than 400 people to volunteer all across the city with service projects to help the community, and one of our very own, Caitlin Pratt, is embedded with them. Caitlin, can you tell us a little bit about their initiative and what you see going on out there now?
Hey, good morning to you. Okay, I wanted to give you guys a different vantage point if you've been streaming with us all morning long. I've been showing you the garden where these volunteers from the church and also from Hands on Atlanta have been focusing their efforts. I want to see the payoff, show you rather, the payoff here as you look and see the bags and bags and bags of a long line of weeds, etc., that they've been clearing out all morning long since 9 o'clock. And let's take a tour of the area they're helping. As you mentioned, Judea, this is just one of several areas in the metro area where volunteers are acting on National Serve Day. This is the Wild Center. This is in the Edgewood neighborhood of Atlanta, right off of Hosea Williams, right? So you walk inside, it's really quite a gem, especially for nature lovers. So you walk under this gazebo, and if you were streaming with us earlier today, you heard from one of the organizers of today's cleanup effort, and she was saying that this area, this garden center, is for those to learn about gardening, about caretaking, about being outside. She also noted that there's chickens here as well, and that those volunteers who sign up to help with the chickens are able to grab some eggs. Here they are. Hey guys. How fun. So just a hidden corner here in a very busy Atlanta urban neighborhood. Wanted to give you that little peek. And now we'll go to where all these volunteers have been working so hard all morning long, trying to help the Wild Center. This is one of 4 gardens they have in the area. And this is right off of Hosea Williams garden right back here. And school children, this school rotates out from Atlanta Public Schools. School children have a little corner of this garden as well. They get to see what it's like to get their hands in the dirt and grow something. Now these volunteers all morning long have been weeding. They've also been mulching. And when we started the day, this whole area was weeds. And what a difference. Wow. And this is just a few hours. We're not even done with this yet.
On a very hot day.
You said it. You said it. What does that say to you, Maddie, about the dedication of these volunteers?
They're incredible. The work ethic, the willingness to get outside and just follow through on commitments is amazing.
Ooh, that breeze feels nice, doesn't it?
I don't know if you brought that, but keep it going.
Keep it going. But just a closer look, Judea, of all the work that they have done. Just amazing. Part of the National Serve Day, taking part here in the metro area. This is at the Cone Garden, and you can see everyone's hydrating, wrapping up their efforts. Such a great job. Such a testament to just taking care of your own community. I'm going to send it back to you in the studio.
And thank you so much. And I mean, I feel like you said it best. This is a testament to, you know, the strength that people can have while they're out there in that hot sun. Ooh, wait, what is that? Just got a little treat on camera.
a little squash. Looks like a little squashy. Little gourd.
It's so cute.
I'll bring it back for you and put it on your desk.
Thank you. We love the little treats and the gifts. But, you know, I was just explaining that National Serve Day is a faith-based movement. And, of course, I mean, the fact that they are out there toiling under that hot sun, but just for the beautification of our community, I think is a pretty big deal. It speaks to their faith. It speaks to their strength. It speaks to the fact that they just want a better place for all of us Georgians to live in. So pretty cool event right there, Caitlin. Thank you so much for taking the time to show us all morning long. Well, they said it was hot, and I believe it after looking at the forecast with Alex Forbes. But let's get back out there to our meteorologist. Alex, what you got for us this weekend?
Yep, still hot. Back to you. That's about it.
That's it.
Yep, nothing else to say. 85 now in Atlanta, 86 in Covington, 88 over in Eatonton. So, yes, the mercury in the thermometer on the way up, and so is the heat index. So, while these are the actual air temperatures out there right now, when you factor in that humidity, it feels like 91 in Atlanta, 97 now in Covington. Eatonton was at 100 earlier. They've cooled to a chilly 99. 91 over in Athens for a heat index, and 82 in Carrollton right now. Expect those numbers to continue to rise as heat and humidity is the story this weekend across north and central Georgia. A couple scattered showers and storms to go along with it. As we find our way into the afternoon, our actual air temperatures will get into the low to mid 90s, 91 in Atlanta, 93 in Athens, 93 over in Eatonton and in Covington, 92 in Thomaston. That's going to come later in the afternoon, right? So we're going to continue to warm through the 80s and then eventually hit that 91 along about 5 o'clock tonight. About a 30% chance for some scattered storms here through the afternoon hours. But the air temperature, again, not telling the whole story. Here in Atlanta, I'm expecting these heat index values to be in the mid-90s through the course of the afternoon. It is going to feel rather hot outside, but it is going to come with a 30% chance of rain. I think that does notch up tomorrow by about 10% to 40%. I think today's rain is going to be mainly focused in eastern Georgia at 30%, and then tomorrow's rain focused in western Georgia at 40%. I'm going to be watching for some thunderstorms to develop in Alabama and then have those drift across the Georgia state line. Looking ahead to Tuesday, first pitch is at 8 p.m. All right. Looking for a first pitch temperature of 94 over at Truist Park for the All-Star game, feeling like 95 to 99, a mix of sun and clouds. The humidity is going to make it feel like 100 plus at times. Showers and thunderstorms will be around. That rain chance on Tuesday also at 40%. And then it goes up to 60% here for Wednesday and Thursday. So here's your Fox 5 Storm Team 7-day forecast now. The rain chances and the temperatures in the inverse relationship, right? As we go down to 20% on Monday, the high temperatures come up into the mid-90s. And then as the rain chances go back up, we're a little more seasonable with highs near 90. But Judea with that humidity around Monday, Tuesday, probably Wednesday as well, it is easily going to feel like 100 plus across parts of the area.
Oh, Alex, you didn't tell me what I wanted to hear, but you know what? We have to take the truth, too. That's what we do here on the news.
Exactly. Dependable when it matters most.
Yep, thank you. We'll come back to you a little later. All right, back in the studio. You guys, we have been popping around some of the cool things to do out in the metro Atlanta area. We try to include North Georgia in that list of things. But while you're out there watching with us, if you could comment something that might be coming up next weekend that you would really like us to come out and see, we'll try to take that into note and keep that in mind when we are planning our next show. But I want to get you guys back out to our Eli Jordan, who has been on the grounds in LaGrange at a flight academy. I was hoping that we could see some planes take off, but Eli, you tell me, you're out there on the ground.
Hey, Judea. Hey, it's live TV. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of planes go up, seen a lot of planes come and land, but, you know, got to wait for my time slot to pop up. But things have finally got going here. I mean, the skies have cleared, and a few people have gone up. They're flying in these Pipers right here. It's really cool. And Josh, I spoke to earlier, Josh Carr, he just took a Discovery flight. Josh, what did you think?
Oh, I had a great time. The weather was nice, not too bumpy. It was fun.
Did you take the sticks?
Yes, I did.
And did you take the pedals?
Yes. Yes, I did.
How, was that nerve-wracking?
Not too bad. There's a few areas where I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure, but it's not bad. It's just learning where everything is, what I need to be looking at is a big thing.
So, I mean, was it hard to resist the urge to kind of like bank off and like, you know, dive into, you know, just
no, because I don't want to crash.
But and also too, your daughter was in the back seat.
Yes.
And she's a pilot. Was she
Yes.
back seat driving at all?
No, not too bad. She spotted a helicopter and let us know where it was, but she pretty much just sit back and rode.
Do you think she had a white knuckle grip while you were flying at all?
No, she trusts me.
So what would you say to people that, you know, that aren't sure, and they're not sure they want to invest in, you know, going all in on getting the pilot's license and all that? How effective is this a day like today with the free Discovery flights?
Oh, this is great because I've been told before that either you go up and you want to do it again, and that's all you want to do, or you come back in your green and then you decide you don't want to do it. So it's very good just to get up, and even if you're not wanting to get a private license, just go up on a flight and experience it.
So, do you think you'll end up getting a license?
I would like to.
I guess it just takes some time and a little bit of money.
It does, but
So-
yeah, I would like to do it.
How do these Pipers fly?
It flies really good. It's a little different than the Cessna, but I like the way they fly. They taxi a lot easier to me.
Cool. And it seems like, I mean, not only do they have the Pipers out here, but they got like the helicopter going on over here. We're seeing, looks like some training going on way out in the distance there. And so everybody else, they're waiting for a couple more planes to come back, and a few other people are getting ready to go out. Josh, I guess, was this your first time taking the sticks?
Not my first time. I have in a Cessna before, but not fully taking control during landing and everything. I have done takeoff once. This is first time pretty much fully taking off on my own, and then landing also.
Oh, you took a landing. All right, great, great. Any landing that you walk away from is a good landing.
That's true. It was smooth.
So Judea, they're getting some other people, getting ready to come out here and enjoy their discovery flight. And the Piper here, it's a pretty cool looking plane too. And then they got brand new modernized avionics and all that good stuff. And so, it's up to date. This is where people come out here to get their pilot's license, to go on to be an airline pilot too. So down in LaGrange, at LaGrange Callaway Airport, you can come down here, and if you miss today and you can't get the free flight, they do offer other Discovery flights for about $189 for a 30-minute flight. You can come up here and check that out. But ultimately, this is a pretty cool deal, giving people free flights, let them figure out if they want to invest in becoming a pilot. Judea?
Yeah, Eli, that is a huge deal. And it's not every day that, you have this idea of what it is that you want to do with your life, or, a hobby that you want to take up next. And for free, you can test it out and decide if you really like it or not. That's pretty cool. Did Josh go too far? Because I had a question for him.
Okay, we'll ask Josh your question then. What you got? He's right over here.
Well, Eli, I've always wondered, when I'm the passenger in the plane, I get that queasy feeling when we're taking off and when we're landing. So I just wondered, when you're in the pilot seat, do you still get that same feeling, like that roller coaster feeling?
So, when you're a passenger and you're taking off, you're not in control or anything, and when you're landing, you kind of get like that woozy feeling, a little maybe 0 G's or something. Is it different when you're in control? I mean, yeah, is it takeoff and landing different when you're in control?
It really depends a lot on the weather too, because sometimes you get that really light floating feeling. Today with the weather, it was totally smooth, and you didn't really get that float. So I mean, it was easy.
Did you feel a little bit I always get a little bit apprehensive. I've ridden a motorcycle before, and they say that a motorcycle is far more dangerous than flying.
Yes.
But I was like, well, I'm in control, though, and I feel like, there's a safety, I feel there's a false sense of security. I'm in control. But, I mean, do you feel, you may or may not have any apprehensiveness about flying, but do you feel different when you're in control?
You do feel different. Like I said, it's still a little nervous, the landing. Takeoff's not too bad because you can get off the ground. That's fine. It's the landing where you want to land smooth.
Right. Yeah, you want to come down smooth, and there's only, the concrete's hard.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, cool. Well, congratulations on your flight. And Judea, a lot of other people are going to have that experience out here at the LaGrange Callaway Airport in LaGrange, Georgia. There's some people waiting on their plane. And the sky is cleared up.
Yeah, it looks absolutely gorgeous out there.
Planes will be flying soon.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Yep. And
I want to
cool
say,
airplanes too,
a father-daughter duo is a pretty cool dynamic to watch do this together. Because as a parent, you're usually the one, when you're teaching your child how to drive, you're, like you said, with the white knuckles in the passenger seat, trying not to be a backseat driver, but also trying not to crash. And so I thought it was funny thinking about how his daughter may be feeling the same way, but probably also very proud of her dad for taking up something that she is so in love with.
I mean, I'd be proud if my kid got a pilot's license. I'd be having him taking me all over the place.
Let's go to lunch in Italy just because we can.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, thank you so much for that look, Eli. No, We've talked about the weather earlier on. Yes, today is a gorgeous day out here in the state of Georgia, but things are a little different for our friends out there in Texas. Texas Hill Country actually may not be in the clear just yet after the historic 4th of July flooding. New flash flooding threats have been popping up for this weekend in particular. Meanwhile, as you see, President Donald Trump and the First Lady have gotten a look at the devastation left behind. The death toll in Texas is now up to at least 129 people and unfortunately is expected to continue to rise. Now, this is Caryville. You can see it right there on the fire truck. It's one of the hardest hit areas, and they have a memorial site out there that continues to grow. It's still a very emotional, touchy subject for the grieving community, especially those who were affected by the loss at Camp Mystic. Many of them actually blame the forecast and their local leaders for what they call like a lack of luster, too late for real action, warning against the flooding. So I spoke to a flood expert from out here in Georgia Tech who has better insight on how severe, how rare, and maybe even potentially avoidable this whole ordeal was. We'll have that when we come back from this break. Welcome back in, you guys. Last week, Central Texas faced probably one of the deadliest floods in just about a century, where 20 inches of rain, maybe more in some areas, fell. We saw at least 30 feet of water grow within the hour. And so joining us is Dr. Herman Fritz from Georgia Tech. He's an expert in extreme flood behavior, and he'll be talking to us about, how something like this could happen and what it means for communities across the country. Dr. Fritz, thank you so much for joining us here on Fox Local.
Thank you for having me.
So I know that there are going to be people out there who don't grasp how big something like this is. Can you talk to the rarity and severity of an incident like this?
Yeah, flash floods are a huge danger for campers and population along waterways, and they're hard to predict. So the meteorological models have made a lot of progress for larger systems like hurricanes and so forth in order to have a good forecast. That's been a huge improvement there since Hurricane Katrina. However, one of the grand challenges in forecast is still to forecast these local thunderstorms and then also the ensuing flash floods on a very local level. So the further upstream you go in a river basin, the more difficult this gets. And unfortunately, the majority of the victims here along the Guadalupe River are on that south fork of that river where the Camp Mystic is located. And that is among the two forks that form the Guadalupe River, the North Fork and the South Fork, that is the smaller of the two. When it's quite kind of dry, like in Texas, the vegetation cannot absorb a whole lot of rainfall, and the soil, when it's dry, will basically then let the water pretty much run off. The area is also characterized by these limestone banks and so forth, which kind of channels the river along that area, which will then basically result in pretty rapid rises of in a flash flood.
So, Dr. Fritz, you gave us a beautiful big picture, and I want to focus in on a couple of the different factors here at play. So, let's start with the location. I understand that this area is often called Flash Flood Alley. What makes places like Hill Country, you named some of those aspects already, but what makes places like Hill Country so uniquely at risk when that heavy rain starts to fall?
Yeah, so the first one, of course, it's called hill country for a reason, right? Topography. Okay, so the steeper the topography is, the quicker these flash floods are going to be. So if you have an alpine environment, it can be even quicker. Okay, so in steep mountain valleys, and so forth, it can be more dramatic even than in the hill country. However, the hill country has quite channeled rivers due to these limestone banks, which basically means once you get that water into that channel, it cannot really bank back out without basically just engulfing whatever's in that channel. And those are among other things in those channels are all these campgrounds and RV grounds and so forth. So you can be on the water for recreation purposes. That is desired, but it's also inside the flood zone. The other big aspect is that the grounds are dry, which basically means, as a rule of thumb, generally around the world, and if you have good soil, a lot of vegetation, you can probably absorb the first couple of inches, maybe 2 inches of rainfall with the soil and the vegetation. Now, if it's a dry soil, then that is going to run off immediately. So there is no retention in the soil. That's going to accelerate and exacerbate things. So there's goes quicker from the inception of rainfall until you get to the flood, essentially. The other thing, of course, is you need to be near a big source of water. Okay, where is that water coming from? Well, it's coming from the Gulf. Okay, so you basically typically have, this moisture, hot, humid air from the Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America, essentially carries like an atmospheric river, essentially carries that moisture inland. And then the first topography you hit is that hill country. And so it's very likely that you're going to get dumps of that moisture in the form of rainfall over the hill country. And then you get all these factors like the dryness, the topography, the channeling of the rivers that essentially results in a large flash flood risk.
Got it. All right, well, Dr. Fritz, I went back through some of our coverage and on YouTube, and I looked through the comment section. One thing that a lot of people wanted to know is, I guess the bigger question is, how could something like this happen? And so a lot of people were asking, was it an issue of not being notified in advance? And people said that that is the truth. So now you've worked on early warning systems around the world, right? What are the kinds of alert systems that are the most effective when you have a fast-moving flood like this one?
Yeah, so as I tried to allude to a little bit, one of the grand challenges is predicting and forecasting these thunderstorms. And that is one of the things where there are still deficiencies in the models in terms of being able to pinpoint exactly where these thunderstorms are going to be. And typically it's not just one thunderstorm, but as you know, from around here in the south, you're going to have multiple next to each other. That depends how quickly they move and so forth. So that is one of the big challenges. Now, as we go downstream, the big advantage downstream is that there's some time, and then there's also gauges that we can actually measure what's coming. So we know what's coming in the next couple of hours. But unfortunately, the further upstream you go, then it becomes a cost issue. If you want to instrument every single branch of a river, then that's going to increase the cost quite significantly because you're going to have to monitor these different branches. And unfortunately, with the Guadalupe River, only the North Fork branch of the river has a station, but the South Fork doesn't, for example. Okay, and the South Fork is where our Camp Mystic was. So there were rain gauges that were measuring the amount of rain, but those are essentially like buckets. They're basically point sensors. Okay, so they basically just accumulate very locally what you have. And then you have to extrapolate to what you have, over the entire watershed, which can be done part with radar and so forth, but there are some challenges with that as well. But if you go all the way up to where the river originates, which is pretty much, the last 20 miles here of that South Fork, which is pretty much where the bulk of the tragedy happened, then there is a very small area and there's no monitoring of the actual discharge that's coming. So there's no warning for the people in the sense that there are early warnings. You're going to expect in the next couple of hours a certain amount of rain, but they're not necessarily going to be able to pinpoint that exactly. Now, just to give you an idea here, the explosion in discharge, just to think of this, is a few cubic feet per second, okay, in that South Fork before midnight on July, before July 4th begins, the early morning on July the 4th and to the 4th. And then within the hour, this explodes to, 10,000 times that, a little bit downstream, 1,000 times that very quickly. So we have 1,000 to 10,000 times the amount of water, depending on where we're measuring now, going through that river system. That is unfathomable in terms of how we go from totally dry or pretty much totally dry. The only water that's there before is really water that's pretty much retained by these weir structures along the way, which are essentially there to create recreational pools, recreational reservoirs, lakes, or impound part of that river so that it's enjoyable. But it's pretty much dry before, and then essentially we go to thousands, 10,000s of cubic feet per second in that South Fork. And if one compares the gauges that are available in terms of measuring the discharge, then just at Hunt, Texas, where essentially the North and the South Fork all the way upstream come together, somewhere in the order of 100,000 cubic feet per second. So that's the big challenge is the further upstream you go, there's just very little you can do because there's very little time. And then unless you have instrumentation in place upstream, you will not get a last minute, a last 10-minute, a last 30-minute warning of what's coming. So instrumentation would be recommended upstream of these large camps. If there are a lot of people, actually, in particular children, camping on that branch, that would be a way to improve things. I think for the very local forecasts on a very small granular level, one really has to rely on also observation and not just large-scale models that can do some forecasting. One can try to do some forecasting and some predictions, but they're never going to be super precise when it comes down to very small areas.
All right, Dr. Fritz, this is all very highbrow, and I want to bring it back down to a lower level to make sure that all of our audience is sticking with us and can understand what's really at play here. Let's hyper-localize it. Because yes, we are talking about Texas, but we do have some areas here in Georgia that are prone to flooding. For example, Savannah is one of those areas. And so I just wonder, with this and how scary it was and the images, the death toll continuing to rise, we still don't have a concrete number just yet. How likely is this to happen in Georgia?
Yeah, so in Georgia, these kind of rainfall totals, they are totally possible in Georgia. Okay, so for example, in 2016, Hurricane Joaquin didn't have no effects offshore, but it dumped close to 2 feet of rain near Columbia, South Carolina. Okay, just across the state border in South Carolina, but in central South Carolina. So that is, 2 feet of rain in 48 hours. So that is more than we had here in Texas, for example. Okay, so we totally can have 10 inches, 12 inches of rain and so forth. That is not a problem. We also saw this during the hurricanes. With the hurricanes last year, we had last year we had in Atlanta 11 inches of rain, something around that in a very short time period. So those kind of rainfalls are totally in the realm of the possibilities in Georgia. There's no question there. Even bigger rainfalls than that are possible.
Do you think then that the difference would be our infrastructure and our ability to get those notifications out? Why haven't we seen and maybe I'm ignorant to it, but why haven't we seen the deaths as Texas has just a week ago?
Yeah, so the topography in South Georgia, Savannah, you mentioned Savannah is of course totally flat, so things move slower. When you flood, Savannah has a huge storm surge risk from the hurricane, and there's a riverine risk, but that water flows very slowly, so that someone has more time to alert. Central Georgia and also Atlanta, yeah, there is some topography, but it's not not as channeling as in some other areas yet, like in the hill country in Texas, where we have kind of these limestone banks, and it essentially kind of forms canyons where essentially this water meanders through with very little space to expand. So it comes down to the topography, which there is some topography here, but it's not quite as pronounced in terms of the channeling as we have in the hill country. And then we have more vegetation here. So we have a lot more vegetation. It's a lot more humid. Our soil is more capable of absorbing the first couple of inches. So typically when it rains, the first inch or two gets just absorbed, retained by the soil before we actually start to get that runoff. But now with the hill country, because it's usually so dry, there's no retention by the soil. It's basically whatever falls with the rain will immediately run off.
Got you. All right, well, thank you for helping us break this down, also helping us hyper localize it so that we out here, our audience who's streaming with us, has a better sense of what happened, how likely it is to happen here, and we'll get them some more information on what they can do in case flooding or any type of destruction comes their way. I do want to remind everybody that you can download the Fox Weather app. That'll give you a better look at your forecast with our Fox 5 Storm team. You can also download the Fox Local app. That'll get you those emergency ready alerts when you need them the most right to your phone. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We will be right back. Welcome back, you guys. I wanted to get you one last look at your forecast with Fox 5 Storm Team meteorologist Alex Forbes.
All right, Judea, yeah, we're beginning to see some showers fire up across parts of north and central Georgia. A couple up in Dawson and Cherokee County that's moving into Forsyth County and Lake Lanier here in the next little bit. Also between a heavier shower began to develop. UV index of 10 today, so make sure you wear some sunscreen tomorrow, Monday as well, and really for the rest of the week. Temperatures getting into the 90s this afternoon, 90 itself by about 4 o'clock on our way to a high temperature around 91. 94 for tomorrow. The lowest rain chance comes our way on Monday, and then back up to a 40% chance of rain there for Tuesday. But Judea, it is going to be rather warm for the All-Star game. 96 that afternoon. First pitch is at 8 p.m. A 60% chance of rain by Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah, warm for the All-Star game, and we're going to see what happens for State Farm Arena, where WWE is taking over tonight. Now, last week we spoke to Gunther, who had some real animosity toward the gentleman that you'll hear from in a second. Here is heavyweight champion defending his title.
WWE returns to Atlanta July 12th for Saturday night's main event at State Farm Arena. It doesn't get much bigger than this. WWE Hall of Famer and Georgia Bulldog Goldberg takes on the ring general Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. And joining me now is the 5-time world champion, Bill Goldberg. How you doing? Thanks so much for your time.
I'm doing great, man. Just trying to figure out when I got to eat next, when I got to train next, and when I got to run next. I mean, you know, I've been on this program for the past 6 months, and it's all coming to an end. So I better do a good performance out there.
No doubt. I mean, getting to step into the ring in what you call your adopted hometown for the first time in a couple years. I know this is an emotional match for you based off of Gunther's comments at a show in Atlanta that you said you were just at with your wife and son. Can you kind of explain the emotions and how real they are behind this match?
Well, I mean, it was kind of the first match that I'd ever taken my family to and kind of been just an observer. And, I mean, this younger generation, they don't seem to respect us guys that much. And it showed its ugly head that night when Gunther had the gall to open his mouth and mention my name in a negative tone. And, you know, here's the deal. I don't care if it's wrestling. I don't care what it is. I don't care if I'm on the football field. I don't care if I'm walking down the street. If you say something derogatory towards me or about me, there are repercussions. And unfortunately, these days, kids don't feel as though there are repercussions for everything. But Gunther learned that there are repercussions. And so he's going to find out on the 12th how that really affected me, because, you know, I'm not a big fan of people talking negatively about myself or my family or anything around those two. And so he literally put himself in the spot of being the opponent for my retirement match. And bravo, if that's what he wanted to do, then kudos to him, because he accomplished it.
Yeah, and he's only doubled down since. I asked him earlier in the week when I spoke to him, I said, look, you called him a one-trick pony. This is a legend. You said you'd beat him in 3 minutes, and he stood by those comments. What did you make of those comments when you heard them, and what do you think now? He's still saying it.
He's ridiculous, man. He has no idea what he's in for. Like, none whatsoever. Nobody's ever beat me in 3 minutes. Not many people have even beaten me. You know, since I went to WWE, there's been a number of people that, as of late, have had their hand raised. But I still have a pretty damn good record. And he must have forgotten that. And he must have forgotten the 173-0. And, you know, but he'll find out. I mean, I think he's looking at my age and the fact that most of my matches were very short. Well, my matches were short because why would they be any longer if that's all the time it took for me to win? So I'm not going to stay out there and make myself look like everyone else when I can beat people in a short period of time and be unique. And so I plan to kind of do a little bit of, I'm going to keep it under my vest, what I'm going to do to Gunther.
Well, let me get to that, because you were obviously dominant in your reign as world champion, no matter where, WCW, no matter where it was, WWE, and Gunther's kind of seen as a dominant champion as well. One of the most disciplined, they said, WWE has ever seen. What is your strategy going into a match like this, especially at this stage in your career, where this is your retirement match? What is the strategy?
Yeah, I'm not gonna reveal that by any stretch because Gunther, knowing him, is probably listening to this interview. I'm not gonna reinvent myself by any stretch of the imagination. What you see is what you get. The question is, can you stop it? So I'm gonna bring most everything to the table that I've always brought. Now there might be a little change here or there, and I might strategize in a different way, but that's about age and experience, and I will keep that close to my vest, and he will find out on the 12th.
How important was it for you for this final match to take place in Atlanta in front of people that have watched you growing up? You mentioned the undefeated streak. I mean, you can't talk about Atlanta wrestling without you. I mean, you're a big part of that legacy. So how important was that for you after all these decades to finish it off in Atlanta?
Meant everything to me. There's only one place to have this match, and it's Atlanta, Georgia. And it just so happened to be, a Saturday night's main event. It's truly the only place to have it, no question. Hands down, that's what we spoke of in the beginning, and that's what's going to happen. And there's no comparison as to the city that this should be played out in.
So you believe you will be holding that World Championship belt in Atlanta on your way out in your final match? You believe that's going to happen?
I'm going to do my damnedest to make that happen. I know I'll be holding his head in one hand. Hopefully the belt is in the other.
I love it. Let's talk about your time at UGA a little bit because obviously our viewers love Goldberg, not just for what you did in the ring, but what you did on the football field. You played D-tackle, obviously, for the Dogs in the late 80s. What are some of your favorite memories of Athens?
Everything. Honest to God. I mean, just the entire experience was life-changing. Those 4 years there molded me as a human being, as everything. I mean, the friends that I struck up there on the football team and going to university, they'll be at the match. Most of them will be there. That's how strong the bond is. And I go back and talk to schools all the time. And the one thing that I tell them when I'm talking to the football team is that, they're in the position that no matter how rich you are, no matter how famous you are, no matter how big or strong you are, you can't go back in time and go play college football again because my eligibility's gone. That was the most fun part of my life. And I've done a lot of cool stuff ever since. Nothing compares to my college days. And that's why it's nowadays with the portal, it's a little different. The scenery is so much different. I went in with 35 guys in my freshman class. My son goes to the University of Colorado, and he's got 7 guys with him in freshman class because everyone else is in the portal.
Right.
So things are so much different now. But man, we had a bond back in the day. Once a dog, always a dog, man. And I bleed red and black, and I love Georgia. I do. I love the people, the fans. They were unbelievable. Not only for football, but for wrestling. So there's no other place to have this match.
No doubt. You mentioned this current era of college football. A big part of that is NIL. How much money do you think Bill Goldberg makes if he was going to school right now for UGA through NIL?
Oh my God, yeah. I'd probably make a little bit. I think because I have an affinity to put a good, entertaining video together. But who knows, man? It's like open warfare. It's crazy. I mean, my son's doing things that I'm doing right now. NILs are things that I prosper from at the moment. So it's amazing where we've come. I do believe they need to get paid. There's no question about it. But paying hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars to these kids before they actually hit the field, that's different. So it has to be worked out. It has to be cleaned up. But the state of college football is kind of up in the air right now, if you ask me.
No doubt. And obviously Kirby Smart's been a big, proponent of keeping the payments, but also bringing it kind of under control. But that's not all he's done. He's become a leader in college football, not just for things off the field, but of course, back-to-back national championships at UGA, and what he's turned this program into. What excites you the most about the direction this program has taken under Kirby, and what are you most looking forward to moving forward?
Well, first and foremost, let's get back to the true brass tacks. Not only is he a great coach, but he's a great human being. And you have to be both. You truly do. And you have to care about your players, and he cares about his players. Every single time I go over there, he's down in the belly of the Butts Mayer building hanging out with the team. And that's how it should be. He reminds me of Glanville a little bit when I was with the Falcons. Now, yes, they are completely different people, but they had that one trait, and they're players coaches. And I'm excited about where Georgia's going. They're in the direction is nowhere but up, and like I say, Kirby's wonderful. And as long as he's at the helm, there's nothing but great things to be expected from Georgia.
No doubt. If there is one guy over the last, let's say, 5 to 10 years that you think could cut a mean promo and be a WWE superstar, do you have anyone in mind on the Georgia Bulldog team within maybe the last decade?
He's doing it. Elijah.
Holyfield, of course.
Yeah, well, he talked to me a lot about it back in the day, and to see him get in there and to grow is so cool. I mean, I love the kid. He's a wonderful kid, first and foremost, because he's a great human being.
Yeah.
And he cares about his fans, and he cares about other people, and he cares about his teammates. And first and foremost, I want to say that that's the most important thing in the world, is to be a good human being. Anybody can have talent, but to be a good person, that takes a lot, right? So I am so happy for him. I am so excited for him. And I'm curious to see what happens with him.
I love it. Obviously, thank you so much for your time. We're looking forward to seeing you on July 12th.
You got it, my brother.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you for the time.
down on some of the most incredible animals you've ever seen. In a place called the Amphibian Foundation, you would expect there are a lot of amphibians from all over the world, and the man who knows what every single one is and everything about them, walking encyclopedia, Mark, the executive director. It's great. I set you up high there. You're going to meet the high bar.
I don't choke.
Mark, let's go back in time. How did this happen? How did we come to have the Amphibian Foundation right here in Buckhead?
No, thank you for asking that.
Yeah.
I mean, we were trying to save a salamander that no one ever heard of that was quietly going extinct.
Yeah.
The flatwood salamander.
Yeah.
And so we started this to try to conserve that specific species before it was going extinct.
Yeah.
It's just crashing too quickly in the wild, and it's likely to be extinct in 5 to 10 years. Yeah, so that's
Why is it going extinct? Why is it and other amphibians disappearing like they are?
Yeah, it's unfortunately a lot of reasons all happening all at the same time for amphibians. So for the flatwood salamander, most of their habitat is gone, so that's a problem. So like 97% of their habitat is longleaf pine is gone.
Wow.
And so any animal that lives in the longleaf pine is not really doing well.
Right. Oh, look at that baby. Like, how old are we talking?
Let me see if there's a date on any of these.
So what are the kinds of things that you and your colleagues and volunteers, the entire team here, can do to help reverse or stop that trend?
Yeah, great question again. For us, if we're brought in, that means the situation is really grave.
Not good.
Because if you have to go and get animals from the wild and lock them in a biosecure lab to keep them from going extinct, you've already failed in a bunch of different ways.
Yeah.
You know, so this is for the gravest situations where we're really trying to ward off extinction by forming what are called captive survival assurance colonies, or genetic arcs of these animals. So we have flatwood salamanders in about a dozen different genetic pools, and we're maintaining that, and we bred that species for the first time. So that was a huge success for
That's
the project.
amazing. Yeah. And so since you founded the Amphibian Foundation, your mission has grown. It's not just the frosted flatwood